Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another day of 30 NSG. On this Thursday edition, even when I was supposed to be late, I'm on time. It's amazing. How's it going? Even though I said I'm stating a few minutes late. See, I'm starting a few minutes late. How's everyone doing? Good morning, Stealth. What's going on, Jesse Mac? We're playing some more MLB 2023. I figured, why not? I don't really have... I don't have the motivation right now to go into like in-depth stories and whatnot, but I have no problem of talking about topics and different things that you guys have been posting inside our Discord. So I do read those every day, so I do know of the news. I just prefer at this time just to play games, get my head in the right space. There is not going to be a podcast tonight unless a miracle happens. Sarge gets his computer today, which I don't think is going to happen. But yeah, we continue our story of Jack Burton. Jack Burton, you guys know I constantly make a character, no matter what it is, and he plays, the barbarian. He plays the whatever character. Anytime we can create a character, we make Jack Burton from Big Trouble in Little China. Right now, we got to AAA last night. If you guys missed it. Box jumping stage. A field and dexterity over a variety of benefit. Ladder training. Crush those legs. This is what the... Yeah, you know what? Let's do this. It's so weird, this one. You gotta push the buttons, but they get harder and harder, and you can, like, smash these things, and it doesn't really matter. Like, in the beginning, it's fast. Then it gets slow. And then you're smashing the buttons like hell. The most we've ever done is 10, and we're, like, struggling to do it. Come on. Come on. 2 more. Come on. That's 9. Come on. That's 10. Come on, we can do 11. Come on. We can do 12. One more. We got this. Push it, Burton. Push it. Yeah, we got 12. Can we do 13? No, we can't do 13. I have not played the new DLC yet. So my son asks for it. I'm not gonna pick it up. He's playing a whole bunch of different games right now. Got our speed 37.
Clutch hitting has not been a strength for this team.
Brad Shelley here says our hitting runners in scoring position has been subpar this season. Let's not be wasting scoring opportunities, and nobody's on. Find a way to get yourself. You know what? Don't look at us. We've only been in the game for about a week now. On your already improved. Batting 342 in AAA. Ubisoft said officially that the new Assassin's Creed game doesn't got delayed and isn't getting delayed. Have their own showcase in June. Okay.
At you on the show. It's the Syracuse Mets taking on the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs.
Lehigh Valley Iron
we'll be
Pigs.
back with the first pitch right after
some of these names for the double A or triple, double A and triple is just funny as hell.
How about a report on him, Chris?
Yeah, he battled through 7 innings last time out. He pitched well enough to get the win thanks to that offense. He'll look to turn in another quality start in this one.
First pitch, not close.
Well, with the
Here we go.
amount of pitches that can end up in the dirt.
Jack Burton.
Secondary.
Back up a little bit here. Jack Burton showing that he's got some skills. I think we have 9 games. Got him out.
No score, just getting started, top of the first. There's a strike. Nice warm day here. Good baseball weather. Does that change anything, Chris, especially
sinker,
for the
circle
hitters?
change, slider, four-seamer.
You feel so much more comfortable at the plate. You're not worried about getting jammed on fastballs inside
1 and
part
2.
of the plate. You can kind of be more selective instead of just looking out away so that you can get the barrel to it. And that part, you can get on the inside part of the plate as well.
Next pitch
2-2.
misses way outside.
I've noticed now that I've raised it to veteran, they do a lot more balls on the outside and whatnot.
Because of how cold it is and not wanting to get a
There
stinger.
we
Now, you
go.
think,
This one's into the outfield. Could be extra bases. Now he'll turn for second. And he'll pull in there with a stand-up double.
Jack Burton with
seems
a
like
double.
He got exactly what he was looking for
First
right
double
there.
in AAA.
He could drive, but he didn't get
We had
too
50
excited
of
like
them
a lot
in
guys
Double
do
A.
and Pull off the baseball. Really good timing all the way through the swing, and the barrel was so on plane with the ball. Easy drive into the gap for that double.
Runner leads away at second. Bounce to third.
You need to
Zips it
slide there,
first.
Burton.
Third out. No runs on 2 hits. First and second, no outs. Now the left fielder, Jack
Driving a
Burton.
run, power
Doubled
swing
in
and
his
driving
first
a
game.
run. Yeah, let's do that.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield.
Oh, the
is
damn
the
circle
base runner at
change,
second
dude.
Has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit.
Lugo at second. Schwartz on at first with nobody out.
There we
Down the
go.
line, it's a base hit.
Let's
And
get
that
those
one's
2
gonna
runs
get
in.
Into the corner. 1 run is in. Clemens relay to second. Not in time. He's safe. A run comes into the play.
Well
Only
done,
one?
drives in the run. A well-deserved double on a great swing. Got everything going on time. He stayed balanced and he squared it up about as well as you could possibly ask.
That's our second double. Back-to-back doubles.
Up the middle. Bay picks it up onto first. 1 away as the second run of the inning scores.
Okay. Good
Tomas
fundamental
Nido at the
baseball
plate.
here.
Went down on strikes
They
his
wanted to
first time
surprise us
through.
with a release date for it. I'm sure that'll get ruined before it comes
Nido
out.
Measures 6 feet even, 210 pounds, and he was drafted in the 8th round back in 2012. Swing and a ball lifted left field. Squeezes it. Runner tagging from third. Relay throw home. Safe at the plate. And they lead by 4.
There we go.
And welcome back.
Some
And
good
the batter
baseball
now,
right
Max
there.
McDowell. Lucchesi back to work.
Coach
And
wanted
that
us to
one is
improve
lifted in the
our
air. Burton settles under this one. Hauls
Goodness.
it in, and there's 1 away.
almost dropped it.
So digging in, Jack Burton. Outfield deep here, trying to prevent anything over their heads. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Not going for that circle change again. I know that was a fastball.
And it's
Oof.
fouled away.
Just missed that one. Just missed that one.
Schwartz leads off second with nobody out. And that one ripped to left.
Damn it, dude. That's a
He's
a
there.
line
He's
drive
got
right
it.
there.
And there's 1 down.
Man, he smoked that fastball. He's all over it. It's just frustrating when you can't get it to fall.
I
Maybe
had
next
stopped
time
playing
I'll go
last
find a
night,
hole.
Travis, and I just started
Here's
now.
the left fielder.
I haven't
Jack Burton.
moved.
Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads.
Come on, right here, 1 time. Here we go.
That one is absolutely belted. Guthrie
Could be at the
ranging
wall.
back towards the wall.
Uh,
Pulls it in on the warning track.
the advance.
Runner
What?
tags at second.
Come on, dude. That
Man,
was
I
dead
love
center.
that
You could
route.
have at least
The ball was
advanced from
smoked. He knew he
second
had
to
get back
third.
The track right
Jesus.
away, turned his back on the infield. Sometimes road trips can be tough. You're away from your family, but when you can win, silence that opposing crowd, it makes things just a little bit better. Makes the road trip just a little bit shorter.
5-1 is how it ends. For Chris Singleton
And
and
one
our
game
entire
down.
outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Now the left fielder, Jack Burton. Put that 600 slugging into context. The league average usually in the low 400s. Swings through that one. 0-1.
Big at bat right here with an opportunity to do damage. But on the flip side, ground ball, double play, strikeout, that could get the inning back under control on the mound.
Hey, get you a good one up there, huh?
And that one hammered. That's back.
There we
Outta
go.
here.
There we go. Clutch it,
He
baby.
leaves the yard to right. Just like that, they move in front.
Or second or
It's
third? Oh, that's our
3-0.
fourth. Our fourth. Who's the hippie commentator? What do you mean? I have no idea who the commentator
That's an
is.
swing of the bat to go over the wall to the opposite field.
Welcome back. Here's the left fielder, Jack Burton.
Jack Burton.
Well, he's back out here for the third, and after the first couple of innings, pretty rough. I think the skipper's looking for him to give him a little bit of length, see if
Oh,
he can save the bullpen some.
Damn it.
One of the better pitches he's thrown in this game, but he just hasn't been able to do it enough, unfortunately. You know, he could be getting a feel for that slider, though, so maybe that's something he can build off of.
That's slider, man. That is my crux right there.
And the next pitch is way outside.
Rarely will you see a pitcher just waste a pitch like that. The batter wasn't even tempted to swing. Every pitch needs to have a purpose so that it can set up a following pitch to help you get that out.
Tosses to first. One up, one down.
Good late bite on that slider. Got the hitter out in front, rolled over on it. Exactly what it was supposed to do.
Now the left fielder, Jack Burton. He's already
Got a
homered
pre-order
here in
deluxe
this
edition
one.
for Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
Well, you got to give him credit out there on the mound. This outing started off a little shaky, but
I probably
he's
won't
found a way
pre-order.
to settle in and turn the
Even though I'm
season
getting the
to a pretty
game.
good start. Kind of shows you a lot about his
I don't really
mental
care
makeup
about
as a
the
pitcher.
cosmetic stuff.
Well, he's so great about hitting the ball the other way. He gets those arms extended. So right there, just trying to straighten him up a little bit so he doesn't have as much outside plate coverage.
Next pitch is outside.
There's two
He's
balls,
been
no
breaking
strikes.
in recent games, and a big reason why, getting ahead in counts. He's been able to do that consistently, and you see the results.
That one's spoiled, and
That would have been ball
count now
3.
2-1. Two outs. There's a swing and a drive. Holds it in on the
damn it.
warning track.
I mean, you don't want an orange lightsaber, weirdo? I mean, I truly don't care about cosmetics.
Back here at the ballpark, bottom of the 6th. Leading off, number 28. Buto back to work.
Here's the thing, Travis, right? With video games nowadays,
Lifted to left, way back
because
there.
there's no physical
Warning track.
games anymore, like you even go to the stores, there's less and less video games in the
And now
stores,
center fielder, Dalton
right? You get
Guthrie.
punished for buying
6'1" righty,
a physical
200
copy
pounds.
because, for
He
instance,
was
let's say I buy a
born in
game that's
Venezuela. Down, bases empty.
co-op, right? It's co-op,
In the air,
but if I buy the
left
physical
field.
copy,
Burton
I can't play it
makes the
co-op
play,
with
and
like
there's
my
2
son.
away.
But if I buy the digital version of the game, or download it, you know, I get it from the store digital card, or I get it from the actual store off the
He's done some
Xbox or
damage, launched a homer
PlayStation
his
or
first
whatever.
at bat back
I
in the
can
first.
share that
Yeah, that was a tone
with my
setter, no
son,
doubt. I mean,
so I
you
get
can
the
stomach
price
an early
of
solo
2 for
homer,
1.
but
If I pay for a
shot
family
just
plan
doesn't go down quite as
on
smooth.
Nintendo, I can give that game to an, you know, if I had 2 Switches, I only had to buy the game once, digitally. So
Ground ball up
you
the
get
middle.
you get
Dives, but it's off his
what's it called?
glove. To first, and he beats it.
you
Everyone's
get penalized if you actually buy the physical copy. Okay? Another thing about physical copies is that, let's say a game's coming out like Hogwarts Legacy, you've experienced this like firsthand, right? You bought the physical copy, you didn't get it from Amazon on the day it came out. You had to wait. Meanwhile, digital, you could have just downloaded it, right?
And
So
now it's Mark
the problem
Vientos.
with
1 for
me
3.
with cosmetics and whatnot is that we don't own the game at all. We don't own the game at all. So for me to buy cosmetics knowing that the game is going to go bye-bye,
Up the
even though I've
middle.
enjoyed the game and I'm
Great
playing the
stop.
game and it's
Toss to
years
second.
later,
Ow!
I'm
The
going to
double
forget the
play
game.
ends the inning and might have
I'm not going to
saved
play the game.
for them.
I can't go back and play the game because when they come out with the next Xbox or they come out with the next PlayStation, there's only going to be a certain amount of games that are going to be held there, and then they got to get rid of them, right? So, for instance, right now,
And welcome back.
I
Here's the
can
left
go
fielder,
play any
Ethan
game on the
Wilson.
PlayStation 2. I can go back and play anything on the
Quickly
Wii.
here.
I can go back and play anything on the GameCube and the NES and the Super NES and the N64 and the Xbox One and the Xbox 360 and right. Come 5 years from now, unless they remaster, reboot, resell you the same game that you've already played, you're not going to be able to play those games. You got to buy them again.
Now it's the right fielder, Jalen Ortiz.
Right? So that's why I don't care about cosmetics. That's why I don't care about digital goods. That's why I don't care about pre-ordering games and whatnot. Because basically the only reason I buy pre-order games or pick games early, I don't even pre-order games anymore, right, is to, as a streamer, to get it on day one so I can compete with the other people that have the game early.
He's already homered in this game.
I didn't wear the outfit in Hogwarts Legacy once.
Let it fly, big guy. Here we go. Always said, give me one time.
Guess what? Stage 4. What's stage 4? How many stages are there, Sarge? Stage 4 is a bad stage in certain aspects.
And he deals. That's inside.
Seven stages. All right.
Lugo at third with 2 away.
Man, they said 14 days. You ordered it. It's been 14 days today.
Line drive, base hit. Runner from third comes across. It's 5-2. And his hot hitting continues.
They kept him in the yard that time, but all he's doing now is passing the baton, and everything seems to get started around this guy.
They're going to ask me to steal, aren't they? There's a left-hander pitching. Ooh, get back.
Throw to first. Burton dives back in safely.
Are you still in the Double-A? Mo?
Pitch. And
Making the Triple-A yet?
To aboard.
Boog, do you think you could draw a walk in the bigs if we gave you enough at-bats?
Oh, that's a good question. I think that if they gave the pitcher a full scouting report on me, yes, I think I could draw a walk.
Went from 152 to 353. Oh, your average? That's a good increase.
0-1 now. Now a pop-up on the infield.
We're still
And the inning is over.
pushing here. We're 10 games, 11 games into the AAA.
No errors, but 2
Just after the All-Star break, so.
One more shot coming up. Bottom of the ninth. Bottom of the ninth, 1-run game, 2 on. Here's the catcher, Rafael Marchand. Trying to deliver as the hero.
That's my biggest thing. I feel like
Fly ball down the
like
line.
as a gamer, I feel like they should.
Hangs off the wall. He's
Come on,
in
get him, 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 get him.
second.
Oh, he's dead.
Comes in to score. The tag, and that's out number 3.
Beautiful.
Inning over.
What
But
a nice
magical
hit my
comeback
cutoff
is
man like I'm
complete
supposed
here in the
to.
last half of the
Beautiful.
ninth as they fight back to even it up.
So my
9
biggest
isn't
fear
enough to decide.
about video games is that
And stepping in,
I think of a
is this
game like, for instance, Battlefield 1943 is going bye-bye, right? So even if I wanted to play that game on my 360, I couldn't. Why? Because that's when the game first started becoming digital. Okay? There is no physical copy of Battlefield 1943. It's only on digital. Well, they're taking that down. So you will not be able to play. Okay? You will not be able to play.
hammered on the line, base hit. Throw comes in quickly, and the winning run.
1943 anymore. Unless you play through whatever, Battlefield 2043 Portal or whatever.
So 2 down. Here's the left fielder, Jack Burton.
Top of the 11th.
Outfield deep here, trying to prevent anything over their heads. Pitch misses inside. Ball 1. Is there a little wrinkle to that? I think
That's the downfall, right? You're gonna forget. I'm gonna forget. People are gonna forget the games that you're playing right now. 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you're not gonna remember.
And the righty deals.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
Kicks and deals.
3
Good
balls.
pitchers make pitches in big situations.
Come on, if you
right
throw one
here
down the
with
middle,
of
it's
order
gone.
hitter up, runner in in scoring
We're doing a
position.
3-run
He's
shot
gotta
right
find
here.
a way to throw a quality strike.
In for a strike, now 3-1.
Really been able to slow down the game tonight with his at-bats, and the biggest one he's had so far, he doesn't look anxious at all.
And a swing and a line drive at a right field.
Oh,
And a dive, and he got it.
nice
Do or
catch.
die there. He lays out, makes
Nice
the diving catch, and he strands a couple of runners.
Oh. Oh, my God, dude.
All set for the start of the inning. Here's the
That
third
would have been a
baseman,
winner.
Mark Vientos. Marte back to work. That's the third.
Disagree. To this day, I play Mass Effect now. Adamantly, it's on my PlayStation 4, but I got that back. I got that game back on my PlayStation 3 and still play it once a month. You're proving my point, though. You're playing a physical game, though.
Really no reason
Correct?
to pitch to this hitter right here.
And if
Put
you
him
bought it
on,
digitally,
have the
that
force
game
at
will go
second,
bye-bye.
first, perhaps getting inning-ending double play.
The 3-1. And that's ball 4.
He's making things difficult for himself right now out there on the mound.
My
but,
point
his
is,
confidence should still be high enough
if
to
you
get
don't
out of
have a
this, but he's
physical
gonna have to
game,
buckle
you will
down
forget
right
these
here.
games.
Tomas
These
Theo
games
at the
will go
plate.
bye-bye. There's games that came out last year that people can't even remember. Why? Because they came out physically. Or not physically. They just came out digitally. There's a bunch of different stories out there that talk about how, I think it's like, there's some stories that talk about like 78%. There's other ones as high as 94%. 94% are all digital games now. That's the market. 94% of people are all buying digital games.
We're in extras here. And a batter now, Dalton Guthrie.
And regardless, today, if you buy a physical disc, okay? If you buy a physical disc,
Here comes the throw.
come on.
In comes the
If you buy a
winning
physical
run,
disc,
and they win it in 12.
that disc doesn't mean it's an actual physical disc anymore. If it's an online game, you don't own it.
6-5 the
It goes
final
bye-bye.
here today.
But you'll at least remember it. You'll be like looking at it and go, oh man, I remember that game.
Chris Singleton and our entire crew. I'm John Shambi saying so long.
But we're almost there though, Water. I mean, look at movies now, right? How many movies did you used to buy? You would go to the theater, you would watch it in theaters and go, God damn, it's a good movie. And then when it came out on DVD, you would go out and buy that DVD, right? How many times do you go to the movies now, go watch the movie, and then buy the DVD? You don't. Majority of people don't buy DVDs anymore. They just wait for it to come out on the streaming service.
All right, just about ready for baseball. Our starter in this one, Francisco Morales.
Get a single
And
or
saying
better.
He likes pitching at home.
Get on base after
Certainly
taking
for him,
first
there
pitch.
is no
I like
place
these.
like home. He's been so dominant here, and as a teammate, you expect him when pitching at home this year to go out.
All right, Mo, have a good one.
and dominate just as he has. The fans expect it, and I think everyone around here knows that he's a good pitcher. Even
Yeah,
though we don't
or
see
music.
the same splits on the road,
Right?
we're going to start
And you,
to see that
there's,
translate as well.
I have a book of CDs and DVDs of
Now
stuff.
fly ball to right center.
This day, I'm like, oh man, I remember. Like, there's
And
memories.
out number 3.
My son, your
End of a half
daughter,
inning of
your
play.
son,
So it's
whoever,
on to the bottom of inning
when
number
they're in their
1,
20s
no
or
score.
30s, they're going to have nothing. Nothing. They're not going to remember. They're not going to have a CD to look at, a cover. They're not going to have video games to look at and remember the games. They're just going to, whatever, next game up. It's like a tissue. You pull a tissue out, there's another tissue there, but you forget,
Field
right? You forget what that tissue was.
makes the catch,
And
and
let's say the
that'll do it.
tissues were colored: blue, green,
Scoreless
black,
after 1.
white, red, right? And they were in an order. And you pulled that blue tissue out, you blew your nose with it, and you put it in the garbage. And then a couple tissues later, you're like, what was the first or second tissue you pulled? What color was it? You'd be like, I don't
And now the first
know, I think it was
baseman,
blue.
Jim Haley.
Might have been red. I don't remember. I don't know. Right? they're not going to remember. They're not going to remember.
Shut down inning, get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
In the air, left side. Burton moving under this one. Puts it away for the out.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of.
That's my favorite thing to do, Travis. One of my favorite things to do is I sit. One, I go for a walk now. I go for about a 2-mile walk. Then I come back and I sit outside and I do nothing. I do nothing. I don't look at my phone. I don't do anything. I just sit and watch nature. Watch my dog, look at the cows, the birds. Right? I love it. Absolutely love it.
The numbers kind of speak for themselves with the 4 walks. They've done a great job of not trying to do too much and just staying disciplined.
And he makes the catch. 1 down.
That sucks, Viking.
Is how they've allowed the game to come to them. They're not forcing the issue when they're on offense.
Was the
2 outs, bases full.
was it malfunction or was it shot down?
Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. That's smacked down a line to center. Puts the squeeze on that one, and that will end the inning. They leave them loaded. On now to the bottom of the 4th.
They literally have blackout retreats now where you can get away from all electronics for like a week if you want to. You can do that right now. Potter, why would you have to go to a retreat?
Now the left fielder, Ethan
Just
Wilson.
leave your phone in the house and walk outside.
That one ripped. Burton going back on this one. Back some more. Pulls it in on the warning track.
To go into rehab.
And I love that route. The ball was smoked. He knew he had to get back
The
to the track
temptation's
right
still
away. He
there.
turned his back.
Well, think about this, right? If your temptation, if you leave your phone in the house and you walk outside, you sit down and go, I can't do it. And you walk back inside to pick up your phone. I mean, most people are so lazy they won't get back up. But if you're motivated to go back into your house to get the cell phone, then you might have a problem. And I'm not saying you. I'm just talking in general.
For the 4th time tonight.
If you're not motivated to go walk or run or work out or do something, but you're motivated to go back in the house to grab your phone so you can sit outside so you can surf the phone, you might have a problem.
Second-round pick back in 2016. 0-2 as he waves at that one.
More and more guys are looking to slug regardless of the count. In this situation, we'll keep a close eye on his approach.
And now the lefty.
Yeah, but heard 2 booms, Viking. That could be the engines or something pop. You know what I mean? Was there an explosion? I mean, you would know if it got shot down.
Here's the 0-2. That one missed.
2 strikes.
And a ball and 2 strikes. Good job to fight that one off.
2 hours later, train derailed in Minnesota. Well, trains derail all the time. We just hear about it now because now it's under the scope, right?
Swings and misses. Pulled the string on the changeup.
Remember we used to stand in line at the concert to actually speak to people? Now everyone has their heads down looking at their phones. I hate when I go to a concert or a sporting event or whatever, and everyone's holding their phones up looking. Even if I go to a school play for my son,
Now it's gonna be
everyone sitting in front of me has their phones up. And I'm like, take a picture, put the phone down. You don't need to videotape the whole thing. Okay, like live in the moment, would you?
He sends it out of here. Home run number 5 on the season. It's 3-0.
Reminds me of when I was a kid and my parents would force me to play outside. But I'd take my PlayStation 2 and hook it up to the outlets in the parking lot. You should go outside. I force my son to go outside.
Back here at the ballpark.
It's much better for a kid that just sits inside and plays all the time with electronics.
He makes the
Sure,
grab,
you can
and
become
there's one
smart
down.
and whatnot.
I'm looking at his body
But if you go
language, and he just
outside, your
doesn't seem
imagination
like things
starts
are
to
in
work,
sync,
and your
the
brain
ball's
actually
just not
works
coming
better.
off his bat.
Because the video
Balls is
games and
definitely
stuff
a rarity.
are
A one-pitch save. You
making
come
the
into ball
fantasy
game,
for
so
you.
much pressure.
Where
Don't
if
know
you
what's
go
gonna
outside
happen,
and pick up a stick and
fortunately,
pretend
you
you're a
make the
knight and you're
pitch, you
fighting
kick
an
it out,
invisible
and
monster and you're
everyone
hitting a
has big
tree and doing
sigh of
stuff,
relief.
your
A
brain is
shutout in
creating
this
those
one,
things for you.
3-0 our final score. For Chris
It's much
Singleton
healthier
and
for
our
kids.
entire
Go
outstanding
outside and
crew
play
here at
with
MLB
each
The
other,
Show.
play with a
I'm
frisbee,
John
run,
Shelby.
get
Thanks for
exercise, and do
joining
all that
us.
stuff. And sure, come back inside and play. But each their own. Everyone, raise your children how you feel.
For the victorious visiting team, 3 runs on 10 hits, no errors. They left 6.
Oh yeah, that happens all the time, Travis. It's just now that we have
Hello
social
and
media,
welcome.
everyone has a
Thanks
cell
for
phone, so
joining
everybody
us.
can
AAA
see or do everything. We
baseball
basically
on MLB The
have
Show.
we're
It's the
distracted by
Syracuse
everything.
Mets taking on the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. First pitch coming your way next.
So you hit your sister with a stick, then you're in trouble.
So almost ready to
Yeah,
get
but think about the
underway
opportunities you had
down the hill in
to
this
hit your
one.
sister with a
James
stick.
McCarthy
Those opportunities
and
wouldn't
Chris
come if you're
Singleton
just
for
sitting
some
inside
better
playing video
fortune
games.
moving forward.
Well, I'm interested to see how he deals with right-handed hitters in this one.
Maybe she stole a
Writers are
pancake off
batting
your
over
plate. You're like, "Hey, let's
300
go
against him,
outside."
So they're not being fooled
Dad.
by really anything. He's going to have to
He
find
hit me with a
way
stick.
to change up his delivery, change
No, I
up his
didn't.
look, somehow get them
What's that red mark across your
of his
your
primary
face?
pitches, and even
I don't know
those
what happened. She
secondary
ran into a
pitches.
tree.
So we'll see how he does it.
Got
in
no
this one.
proof.
Fastball groove right down the middle. Usually a lot of damage done.
The left
Runner at first with 2 away. Digging in, Jack Burton. He's 0 for 1.
Come on, guy, get your pitch right here.
Burton.
Yeah, I tricked
hitting
my
third
son.
in the lineup, and his last 10 games stand out. He's homered in 4 of them.
He likes going outside. We actually chose to. We actually chose.
Ball there.
We used to live in a condo, and we used to live in a concrete jungle. And I would look out the window before, when my wife was pregnant. I would look out the window, and I'm like, do I want
Right-hander kick steals.
to have my son
Swing and a miss.
play outside in this
Strike 2.
parking lot?
You
You know what I mean? And we had an opportunity, and I was like, we should move. We should go to, right? And now it's funny because
Swing and a base hit.
now he wants like a skateboard
Round second on his
and,
way to
stuff,
third.
but we don't have a lot of
Coming home.
sidewalks or anything over here, right? We live in a
He'll score,
grass,
and they lead by 2.
like lots of land. And so when he rides his bike, he's riding his, bicycle in like dirt and grass. So he learned to ride his bike on like a hard surface. He's got to pedal harder and whatnot. But because we live on a farm, he's outside all the time, right? He gets to see things that he wouldn't see. And I made that choice before he was born. It took us a while. He was about 2, 3 before we moved. We've been here 6 years. Yeah. So he was like 3 years old when he moved.
2 on and 2 outs.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound.
I had a very
right
mixed
there.
childhood with
Pretty
stuff
much
like that.
gifted him first base
Did all
with
the
a quick
old-timey
quick
stuff,
pass.
rock climbing, playing nights,
Tomas
3
Neal
fort
at the
buildings.
plate. He was
All
the
good for
strikeout
kids.
victim his
Get their hands
first
in possibly
time.
especially points. Yeah, for everybody.
Nito
Everybody, even
measures
us
6
as
feet
adults,
even,
you need to go
28
outside.
years old, and he
It's
was
not good to
drafted
stay
in
inside all the
8th
time.
round back in 2012. Righty delivers. Popped up. Clemens under it. Makes the catch, inning over. 1 run in the inning, but they leave 2. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. The Mets have the lead 2-0.
Yeah, I used to pretend I used to have a motorcycle. I would take these folding chairs, these metal folding chairs, and I would put them in the driveway.
And now here's a speed
And then I would take my
threat.
skateboard and
Outfielder
pop it on
Dalton
top.
Guthrie.
And
He's
then I
0
would
for 1.
sit on it, and the skateboard's in between the bars. And then I would pretend I was on a motorcycle. And then I would hear my dad's car because he was missing the muffler. And you would hear the boom, 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 boom,
Makes the
boom, boom, boom,
catch,
boom, 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 boom.
and that'll
He had a
do
big
it.
Oldsmobile. I think it was like a 72 Oldsmobile. Big sucker, like 19 long. This thing was a monster. And we hear him come down. I was like, I got to clean up. That was my dad used to hate. He wouldn't care. He'd just pull into the driveway. He didn't care if there was anything in
All
there.
set
You
for
had
the top of
toys
the
or
sixth.
anything. He'd just
Here's
pull
the
in
left
and just
fielder, Jack
destroy your toys. So when you heard that, you would like perk up, and then you would just hustle, tuck stuff into the garage as fast as possible to get it out of the way.
And that's downstairs and outside.
Ball 1, no strike.
All right, Viking, have a good one, man.
The pitch.
That's my favorite, Travis. My favorite's rain. When it rains, I sleep, man. I sleep. I'm just like, I ain't getting out of bed. What do you do for a living? He did a bunch of stuff before I was born. He used to work for I forget the company now. It's like a supermarket chain. He used to do deliveries, but when I was growing up, he used to work as a deli worker.
And things could change quickly here with one swing.
And here it comes. Swings and lines a base hit into left field. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
One of the first real jams of the game for him, Boone. Back-to-back.
Yeah, my dad did a whole bunch of stuff.
First,
But when I was
Jack Burton,
born,
1 for
I think he worked at
3.
the deli when I was first. He owned a restaurant when we first moved. Advance the runner, power swing, advance the runner. Hit a home run. Just advance the runner.
Hey, need you now. Your turn.
Line to right, and that'll be a base hit. Lead runner touches second, headed for third. And that'll put runners at the corners with 2 away. Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down, and it's
Yeah,
like
we've moved
he's moving
twice. We
in
moved
full
from New
speed,
York
and
to
everybody
Florida,
is a
and then we
step
moved
or
from
two
one house in
behind.
Florida that we
The
were
way that he
renting to
squared
a
up that
house
baseball tells
around
me
the
that he
corner,
is
and
seeing
my
it
mom's
like
been
a
there
beach
ever
ball.
since. And then I moved. I moved a lot. I've lived in lots of places.
2 on, 2 outs. Swing and a high fly
But as a kid, I only
ball out
moved
there towards left field.
Twice.
Wilson makes the catch, and that'll do it. So they strand a
Yeah,
pair.
everything.
Last half of
The
eighth
the
coming
phone
up.
has been
The
a
Mets with the lead.
fantastic thing
One
to
out,
our
bases
lives, but at
empty.
the same thing, it's
Here's
been a
the left
hinder
fielder,
to our
Ethan
lives as
Wilson.
well.
Wilson.
We were doing homework yesterday,
Now it's
right?
1-2.
My son wanted to do homework.
That
Right?
one
He
lifted to left.
brought math to me, and he's learning about measurements, about
Pulls it
meters,
down,
yards,
and there's 2
centimeters,
away.
stuff like that. He comes in, he brings his paper in, and he's like, I don't know how many centimeters. I'm like, look at the ruler.
Number 28.
Well, I don't know where the ruler is. I'm
Strikeout
like,
and a
go
walk.
get a ruler. I was like, the homework is not about, because it says about. He's like, well, it's just, because it said it has a picture of a chair, and he had to figure out like how tall the chair is, and he was like, 50. I'm like, 50 what? 'Cause he says it says about. I'm like, no. They want you to measure. I was like, the sentence in the very beginning says measure, this and how many centimeters. And I was like, how many centimeters are in an inch? And he's like, I don't know. Like, can't you just look it up? I'm like, no, grab a ruler. Do it. I'll give you the answer.
This one, 3-0, our final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
I feel like my brain goes into ADHD mode with people in front of the screen. The texture on the pages reminds me. Yeah, the kids nowadays are all, even just talking to my son, within seconds, he loses interest and, like, starts to, anything that's in front of his face, anything, he'll start playing with, grabbing,
And we welcome you to Green Valley Stadium. The show has AAA baseball for you. It's the Syracuse Mets taking on the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs.
I read an article the other day saying that 80% of the American adults believe in social media has done more harm than good.
Coming at you right after the break.
Social media, specifically, yeah. I don't go on social media very often. I'll be every once in a while. I'll go down the black hole. I have an Instagram. I don't look at it. The only thing I do is these shorts now that happen every once in a while on YouTube. If something catches my eye, I scroll through it a little bit. But maybe once every couple of months, I get through that black hole where I just sit there for like 45 minutes and scroll through stuff. But for the most part, I'm terrible. This is why I don't make it on. This is why I'm not a successful YouTuber. This is why I'm not a successful person on the social media sites and stuff. Because I don't give a shit.
Pitch misses inside.
I don't give a shit about people posting pictures about their lives, and I don't think anyone would give a shit about me posting stuff about my life.
Slapped foul.
Like, I don't care. When I go on family vacation, I don't sit there and like videotape the whole thing so I can remember it later. I literally take a picture or two, go, hey, yeah, we were there, and that's it. I do El Dente, but I casually help out around the farm because we have people that have jobs and do that, right? I'm a stay-at-home dad. So right now, I get my kid ready for school in the mornings. I do the thing. I do stuff around the house. I'm basically the wife in the relationship in this family, right? I used to travel all over the place and do all the stuff. My wife has a really good job, right? And I was like, I used to travel all over the place, and I decided I'm going to stay home because it costs us less, right? Instead of hiring someone while I'm traveling and someone else is raising my kid. So I decided to raise my son. Hardest decision I've ever made. And I used to work for the farm. I used to do stuff part-time. I opened up the farm store that we had. But I don't know if you've ever worked with family before. I actually said to my father-in-law and stuff, I said, when I was working, I had my son with me. And I was like, I can't do this. I was like, I would rather have a relationship with my father-in-law and the family where we're family, not workers, where I'm working. And then when we go on a vacation, we're talking about work, and when we're doing this, we're talking about work. I don't want anything to do with it. It's I'm married into the family that had the farm, so I don't work the farm. So I walk around and I see things, and I'm like the spy, right? So a lot of the workers, know me, but I walk around, take pictures, send them to the people that need to know, and then things get done. I don't intrude. I don't tell people what to do. So
Weston Wilson will hit next.
The third baseman, Weston.
yeah, but we have I think we're at about 5,000 chickens right now. We have 12 cows, 14 actually, because 2 are born. They're all pregnant.
Out front here, 1-0. So digging in, Jack Burton. He doubled home a run at his first AB.
I always said I love being a stay-at-home father. I worked my entire life since I was 13, 14. I hated it, Travis. I hated it when I first started.
Smash to the left side. Throw pulls him off the bag, and he's safe.
It took me a long time. It took me a long time to come to in a place in my head where I didn't feel like less of a man because my wife was making more money than me now, and that I couldn't do things that I wanted to do. And then when I was taking my son to, the library or the park, and the other mothers would shun me. This is true. The other mothers would shun me because I was a stay-at-home dad, and they were all in their little clique. It's worse than high school. Worse than high school. Okay. Being late 30s, right? Taking my son to a park and no kids are playing with my kid because they are all in a little clique. Then I found out they weren't even the moms. They were the nannies, which even was fucking worse.
See it, drive it. Let's go, kid. Come on, let it fly right here. Let it fly.
The right-hander back to work. On the ground.
There's difference though, Jesse, working with family like blood and working with family that you married into. You know what I mean?
Vimael Machine, the next to hit.
I used to roll napkins and silverware for my parents when I was a kid. There's a difference between working for like blood relatives and like married-in relatives.
It's like everyone else is in slow motion and he's in full speed.
That one off the bad part of the bat, just a lazy fly ball. And that will end the inning.
When I was young, I used to work for my dad and grandpa in the family business, fixing McDonald's broken stuff. Ottawa. Oh, yeah, okay. That's terrible. What's terrible? What I just said
Here's the
about the
left fielder,
nannies and
Jack
stuff.
Burton, for the 4th time tonight.
Jack Burton.
Fly, let's go. Trust your stuff.
You know,
baby.
it's
Let it
that's
fly.
funny. The other day, my wife and me were having a conversation. Al dente. My ring, right? My wedding ring. Whatever I ate, like it's getting too small, right? So I took it off for 2 days to give my finger a rest. I haven't been off in, I've been married almost, let's see, and we've been married 13 years come July. And I took it off for 2 days. And my wife was funny because she's like, oh, you took, because I went to breakfast with my son on Sunday. I was like, in the car, I was like, I felt weird the other day. I went to breakfast, and there was these people that looked, because I asked my son to go get me the sugar from the table next to us. They got up and went over, and then the woman looked at me from the other table, and I saw her give me this like look. It was like a judging look, right?
To the right
And then she
side.
talked to us, and so she's like, "Oh, that's good that you have a son." I was like, "Yeah, he's like an extension of my hands or whatever, or my arms." I was like, "You asked him to get something." I was like, "It's totally worth the price of admission." And she laughed or whatever, blah blah. And then
And welcome
my
back
wife's
for
like,
the 7th. Now it's the second
"Oh,
baseman, Cameron Cannon.
do people hit on you when you go with your son?" I was like, "No, I think they look at me because if I had a ring on, they look at you as, oh, you're either a good dad
This one lifted
taking
in
your
the
son
air,
out
left
for
field,
breakfast,
and
or
makes the
you're a
grab.
single dad,
One away.
right,
Good
without
pitch. He
breakfast."
just kinda had him out in
If
front
you
on
don't
that
have a
pitch
ring on
away.
and you're
Wasn't
and
able
you're
to
out
stay
for breakfast with your son,
Welcome
they look at
back.
it and go,
Ready to go bottom
"Oh,
of the 8th. And
what
now,
happened? Did his wife
female
die?" You know what I mean? Like you make these stories up about people while you're just sitting there eating breakfast. And my wife was like, "Do people really think that way?" I was like, "Oh, for sure. There's a lot of people that look at rings to see if a person's wearing a ring or not."
Swing and a ball
I was
lifted
like, and if they're
left
wearing a
field.
ring or not wearing a ring, and if they have a kid or don't have a kid, there's a whole
Makes the
different
grab
story
while
there.
catching one out.
Almost a loud start to the inning on that first
Now
pitch,
batting,
man. He's going to
catcher.
want that one back, no doubt.
New inning getting started, and now it's going to be Jack Burton.
Jack Burton.
Bowden measures 6 feet 4 inches, 250 pounds, and he was a 2nd-round pick back in 2016. Bowden back to work. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base
Tell me about
hit.
it. They needed to get out of the situation. That's why I changed jobs. For what, Stealth? About the, I don't know what you're referring to based on what
Another
I've said.
multi-hit
Sorry.
game for him. He's been really hot lately. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield.
Oh, I was saying it was terrible that other kids wouldn't play. Oh, the kids would want to play, but
Man at first.
the moms
Man at
/
the plate,
nannies,
Mark
whatever, wouldn't let their kid
Vientos.
play with me, like play with my son.
On
It
at
was
first,
terrible.
Nobody out.
Oh, working with family, yeah. Were you working with, Stealth? Were you working with family,
one
like
misses.
your dad, your mom, or were you working with your mom's or your wife's family?
Look good. No one better. Here we go.
And a pitch. And that's outside.
In-laws, yeah. I figured out a long time ago. I was like, yeah, I don't want to do this because if something goes wrong, or you know what I mean, there's business is business and family is family. But when you're working with family like that, and you have a new kid, and something gets said, then they might
Here comes a pitch.
do it something weird or be vindictive against something.
Throw, save.
Hey, we got our third stolen base, first of the AAA. You know what I mean? And I was just like, I don't want to put that situation there.
They weren't able to do it right there. They're going to have to make some type of adjustment, or guys are going to be running all game.
I mean, some people think that the men should make more money always, but in current
Swing
climate,
and a miss.
that's just not possible.
Blew the
Not unless
express
60% of the
right
people
by his
want to
back
remain
for
single.
strike 3.
Mine wasn't about making
Really like
more
the ability to
money
bounce back right
than my
there
wife.
after not getting
Mine
the call
was
he
not
probably
making
should've
any
gotten.
money.
Didn't let it affect his
Like,
focus.
My whole life, I've made money and had jobs and stuff like that, and now not having that income and not providing for my family,
Only
that's
two
what really
now.
hurt me, General.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Because as a father, as a male, right? You want to provide for your family. You want to do stuff for your family. And I was in a bad place when I first started. Like I was doing it because I wanted to do it, but then I was just like, I was second guessing myself, like, what type of man am I that I can't provide? Like, I can't provide for my family. I'm not providing. I'm helping the family, but I'm not providing for the family. It was a bummer for the longest time. I give people amazing backstories. Yeah, that's what you do.
Well, this is definitely a rarity.
Like that day, if you saw me, right? You've met me, right? If you saw me with a ring with my son, then you saw me without the ring with my son, you would make up two completely different stories, right? You'd be like, "What's that guy's deal?"
Here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.
Fans, our final line score. First for the victorious visiting team, 2 runs, 9 hits, no errors. They left
Not having kids, other people who look at my finger to check my ring finger, or they just come up to me. Yeah, it happens all the time.
They left 10 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 31 minutes.
And welcome into the ballpark.
All right, Travis. Well, I had to
to
retrain myself. Well, I'm not providing for my family, but I'm providing for my son. I'm teaching him things. I'm doing things that when I was growing up, my parents worked 2 jobs each. You know? And this is nothing, no shot against my mother or father, but me and Sarge, you know, we grew up with TV dinners and television and neighbors. You know what I mean? Like, we would have like the neighbor come and watch us every once in a while. We'd go outside and play. It's a completely different thing. With Ring, it's the anniversary for his wife's death. She left him and a kiddo and to celebrate. The meal in order was his wife's favorite. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. That's a good backstory right there.
We'll see what he's got in this one.
Jack Burton, the next to hit, takes outside.
Oh, my parents are great. My parents are great.
Runner at second here, 1 gone. Next pitch misses inside, and that's ball 2.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit.
This is one of the reasons I only have 1 kid instead of 2, because me and my wife, one, she had a rough labor, right? And then 2, we're like, we could give the world to 1 kid, right? But if we have a second kid, we would struggle as a family as a whole, right? And we were like, what do we want to do? So we chose, you know, 1 kid, have a nice life.
Now here is number 28.
He was the uncle, but the parent died in a tragic car crash. The child was too young to remember, and they pretend that he's his father. Man, that's dark.
Left field, Burton settles under it.
Why couldn't I be the father, but his mother was a terrible person, and then I want him in custody? You know, what about that?
And now here is Jalen Ortiz.
Oh, it's definitely not the same, General. Definitely not the same.
Popped in the air, left field. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And there's 1 down.
Batting 7, the designated hitter,
Pretty close to our house, and it actually happened to me again.
Scoreless
I was just thinking in my head.
Now he's got to deal with a guy who's got some power. Got to be careful when you're talking about a hitter with this type of slug and these type of home run totals. Gets to it and knocks it down. The throw to second, and they'll just get the 1.
Now batting, the third baseman, Mark.
It all depends what state you're in. It all depends what state you're in.
And now it's Mark Vientos.
But yeah, you're not wrong, Travis.
Looking at his first at bat. And he deals. And he walked him.
The batter, the shortstop.
Ronnie Mauricio now. A switch hitter batting right. The pitch. Swing and a pop-up.
Oh, drop. Is it a good drop?
Run heading towards the infield. Brings it in with a nice running grab. And there's 2 down.
Yeah, that was a wasted RBI opportunity, but competitor like him, he is looking forward to making up for it in his next at-bat.
So 2 aboard and 2 out, scoreless game. And now the right fielder, Jalen Davis. And that one is lifted in the air. Tracks it
That's
down
it for
the
that.
out. And that is that.
You see what the Kansas community is trying to say about the Nashville thing? I don't want to talk about that type of stuff, Travis, here. I follow it. I don't want to talk about stuff like that. People don't come here to talk about the depressing things in society.
His first time.
I don't even know what I would do.
Swings and lines
I'd be like Liam Neeson.
Lead runner to second, so 2 on and nobody out.
He went up there.
I'd be like John Wick if that shit happened to my son.
I'm gonna be aggressive. It was in a location where you could get those arms extended.
And here is Jalen Ortiz. Lied out his first time. And the 0-2. Out towards left center. Burton under it. Brings it in. 2 down.
Well, my depressing injuries are different than, hey, the world's coming to shit.
Digs in now. Outfield deep here, trying to prevent anything over their heads. Out towards right center field.
Drop.
And that'll get down for a hit. Runner from second crosses the plate. 3-0.
Back in my day, I worked with Amber Heard. I was Amber Heard's assistant when she worked on the movie Never Back Down, which when we were making the movie, it was called Get Some.
Mark Vientos will hit next. He's 0 for 1. The pitch. High in the air, out
My
to
condolences.
Right. Ortiz moving under it.
I have to say, when
it.
she was, when I did it was 2006, 2007.
Line, and he scores.
So she was probably like 21. What was that, 13?
Keep it simple. Runner third, less than 2 outs.
That's 16 years ago? Holy Christ.
Next to hit, Ronnie Mauricio.
Yeah, I used to walk her dogs, and she would tell me a bunch of shit. Tell me the stories that when she was coming up in you know. She was very pleasant and nice then. This is before she turned gay and then went with Johnny and then a whole bunch of stuff. Like,
Puts the squeeze on that one, and that'll end the inning.
I like how you put that, Travis. See you next Tuesday. Yeah.
2 outs, base is empty. And here is Jack Burton. Swung on, belted.
Get up out of there.
That's back there. And that one
There
is
we
out
go.
of here.
Like, people change. Yeah. People change day to day, let alone 16 years later.
They add a run. It's 5-1.
I gotta admit, when she was on set and all the kids that were there that were filming the movie, Evan, what's his name? The one that played
so impressive how he was able to go down and get this fastball, but yet get it
Quicksilver
up in the air, hit it far enough to get out of this ballpark.
in X-Men. Evan Peters, I think his name is, last name. He was cool, right? The main actors, Amber, they were all really cool. They were all really nice. They were young kids, you know, in their early 20s, late teens.
Try to close that gap, but you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run.
All right, Travis, have a good one.
It feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
Burton settles under it and makes the catch. And there's 2 down.
The catcher, number 13. Raphael.
Back here at the ballpark.
Yeah, no,
all set to
what she
start the
did,
ninth
what she
in this
did,
one. Here's the left
for
fielder,
the trial and
Jack
stuff like that. I mean, I was for Johnny, but I had no issues with her. She was really nice, and kind. They all gave me
Hard hit to
gifts.
third.
I was a production assistant,
Sends it to first.
and
the
I
leadoff
was
man
a production
retired here in the
assistant.
ninth.
It was my last job before I got into the camera union, and I worked like 20 hours, 22 hours a day for 45 days shoot. I would sleep on set, and everyone knew I was busting my ass doing like jobs I wasn't supposed to do. I wasn't supposed to be her assistant. I wasn't supposed to be an AD. And I was doing all these jobs. So a lot of like crew members and the staff or the actors, they bought us gifts and whatnot. To this day, I still have Cam, who was the villain. I think his last name was Gidget, Cam Gidget, I think his last name was. He bought me a really expensive like leather toiletry thing. I think it was like over $100 or whatever. And I still have that to this day. It's in like mint condition. I use it all the time. You say it's like a bad thing? Like for what? Me working 20 to 22 hours?
When players start producing, especially early in their career, fans can't help but compare them to MLB stars of the past and present, trying to get a comp. Ken Griffey Jr., the Hall of Famer, joins me. Ken,
What are they talking about? Talking about me?
how hard is it to compare and predict who these players could become?
Well, it's still hard to compare people. Compare, eras, decades.
We're in August.
Even your
All right, let's see what we got here.
You still can't compare 'em.
We can get
Growing
more
up,
training of
I wanted to be like my
speed.
dad.
We got
At
squats.
age 12,
Got ladder
13,
training.
He sat me down. He said, "You're going to be bigger, stronger than me.
Let's do
You're going
that.
to hit more home runs." And at that time, I didn't believe him. I still went out there and played my game.
Oh, I meant for Jesse. Okay, sorry.
patterned my game after his. And all of a sudden, I get 23, 24, and I started hitting the
The other
ball
girl
out
who
the
tried to
ballpark
make her
at
move.
a
Temper
more
down.
frequent rate,
Oh, that
and,
sucks, dude.
He just looked at me and started laughing. So it's hard to compare or predict what these kids are going to be. But you try to give an idea of somewhere of what they can be, but it's still hard. It's still hard to do.
Damn it, I can never get gold. We gotta get perfect the whole time. Yeah, it corresponds with the character's doing. Like he's doing the little like leg move, whatever.
And the batter will be the shortstop, Marcelo Meyer. In the air, left field. Pulls up, and it drops for a hit.
Yeah, I'm a pretty laid back person. I get angry at times.
Back-to-back singles for him. That's
Only
a
because
ball
of
that a lot
stupid
times
people.
you'll see the shortstop or left
You
field.
do stupid things, you win
Down
stupid
the left
prizes.
fielder, Jack Burton.
Kind of a throwback. No batting gloves.
On the ground to third. Gathers and throws to first. And it's a 1-2. Jack Burton getting ready to hit. Grounded out his first time. On the ground
Oh,
to
it's
the left.
twice now at the grounder to the third baseman.
The throw to first. Play is made, 2 out.
Well, he's doing a nice job.
So the lineup flips over. Zidane Rafaela now at the plate. 1 for 2. Swing and a high fly ball to left. Hauls it in, and there's 2 away.
This is important. If he can go 1, 2, 3.
So up next, Nico Cavadas. In the air, left field. Burton settles
Yeah, see, I came across, like,
drops into the glove.
when I was younger, I
That
wanted to
is the
be.
inning. So they make
Yeah,
short
still have,
work of him there.
I think we all have
Bottom of the
visions of having lots of money
Now
and
it's the
so
right
you can do
fielder,
what you want,
Devlin
right?
Granberg.
And it's been a while. I would say almost 20 years. I came along the way of money doesn't bring happiness, right?
This one lifted in the air.
The state of mind that you're in, like if you live below your means, you'll have more money. If you have more money, spend on the stuff that you want to do, then that brings you happiness, right? So if you want to live this exotic life, then you're going to have to make a lot of money to not care about. But if you live a mediocre life, and you live below your means instead of above your means, like if you can get a place that's $20 or $2,000 instead of $2,400 a month, well then you would have $400 a month to put towards something else, right? And you could go out more, or you could eat better, or whatever, right? A lot of people like to spend the money before they make it, live check by check. You want to like blow your money on something, right? I don't do that. I'm pretty conservative with my money. I can have money. I've always been that way. I get when I was a kid, I would get like the money for my birthday, and I wouldn't get money again until Christmas. But I would hold on to that money and buy things or do things that I wanted, and it would last me a long time.
Now a high fly ball out to left center. Brings it in for the third out.
Everyone believes in the who have power than the person who don't believe the person didn't have power.
We go to the ninth. Here's Trevor Story now.
I've come across a lot of people that have a lot of money and they're miserable. Miserable.
Burton makes the grab, one pitch and one out.
They think they wanted the money. When they have the money, they thought that would bring happiness.
So two down.
And they're lonely. They don't have real friends.
For the fourth time tonight. Here's a 2-1.
That's why a lot of celebrities they get burnt. They get because all of a sudden it's like winning the lottery, right? You win the lottery, all of a sudden relatives that never called you before all of a sudden start sending you letters and emails and whatever else. Hey, can I have this? Can I have that? They don't really care about you.
In the air, left
like
side.
Parasites.
Burton on his way over and puts the squeeze on that one. And that is that.
Hey, you're like, who? I have a cousin in where?
So they're down to their final out.
Yeah, no, I don't remember you. What, you wanna borrow money? Yeah, okay, no.
Anything over their heads. Swings here and blasts one left field. He can't get there. It's a base hit. Around first, digging for two. And that's a double.
Drove that ball nicely, put a great swing on it, and it jumped off his bat. Kind of put it all together there, and he's rewarded with the double.
And now it's Mark Vientos. Runner leads away at second. That one out to right. And that'll do it.
Of course he gets stuck.
Terrific job in this game. He scattered 2 hits and pretty
8:30. I'm your cousin's second mother's cousins from Ireland. It's like I have family there, but okay. Hey man, oh, we used to hang out when you were like up to my knee. I knew you'd make it.
Welcome to Majestic Green Stadium, AAA baseball.
My uncle said something to me when I was younger. He was blessed and had a business, made good money and stuff. He goes, when you make more money, he's like, it's all in scale. He's like, if you're a college kid, right, $1 is like when you're a rich person is $100. So like you have no posters on your wall, or you have a shitty poster on your wall when you're in college because you have no money. He goes, but then when you're rich, you have a Picasso on your wall, which is really expensive. He's like, because you have more money, you spend more money on things you don't need. Just like when you're poor, you spend money that you get on things you don't need. You don't need to put a poster on your wall, right? But you spend it, and then you can't pay your rent.
He has supplied a lot of power and that average.
He's gonna hit it over here. Watch this, right here.
And the righty deals.
Right here. Oh,
Ripped into left center, base hit. Meyer
not
round
even
second
close.
on
Come
his
on,
way
center
to
fielder.
third.
You could have had that.
Coming home. He'll score easily. On the board first, it's 1-0. And he'll pull into third with an RBI.
If I ever win the lottery, gotta escape the family. Yeah, if I won the lottery, I'd be anonymous.
Here's the left fielder, Jack Burton. That one hammered center field. Rafaela going back some more.
Perfect hit, and it didn't leave the park.
Offense held in check there. So digging in.
I always like the movies. You know, they don't make those movies anymore. I like the movies where, like, the king or prince has to switch places with somebody that's like poor, but no one knows, and they actually like him for who he is and not what he is. That's what it is. When you have money and people know you have money, everyone's your friend. Everyone's your friend because they think at some point, if I get close to this person, they're going to give me something.
Now the left fielder, Jack Burton. Outfield deep here, trying to prevent anything over their heads. Line drive, base hit. Around first, heading for two. And that's a 2-out double. It's their first hit of the game.
This is why I'm nice to everybody.
Spin on that instead of the top spin. And he's jogging around the bases rather than pulling up at second.
Man at second here with 2 away. And now it's Mark Vientos. First time up was a pop out.
Not because I'm looking for something. Because I want someone to know that I'm the same person if they had money or didn't have money. I don't want anything from anybody, because if you take something from somebody, they're going to want something back at some time.
Here's Trevor's story. Lifted in the air, out to left. Burton drifts towards it, squeezes it. Runner tags for home. He'll score on the sac fly, and they're pulling away up by
Emperor's New Groove.
now.
Yeah.
Well, he'll take the sac fly on the mound right there.
So up next,
We're losing 8-0. Jesus.
Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads.
It's like when you go to jail, the guy offers you a chocolate bar first thing. Yeah, just know you're going to have to pay that chocolate bar back.
Does that change anything, Chris, especially for the hitters?
Absolutely. You feel so much more comfortable at the plate. You're not worried about
you don't want to owe anybody.
Inside part of the plate. You can kind of be more selective instead of just looking out away so that you can get the barrel to it. And that part, you can get on the inside part of the plate as well.
McElwain on second. Lugo over at first with 1 away. And a foul ball, he stays alive.
Got this Hershey bar. Oh, thanks, man. You're in there blabbing away. The guy that offers you the chocolate bar, you got to punch him directly in the face, and then steal his chocolate bar.
High in the air to left center. Rafaela makes the play, and runner tags for third.
It's interesting. You have spring training, wonderful weather.
I love George Washington's quote from this. If the freedom of speech is taken away and the dumb silence we may be led the sheep to the slaughter. This is actually true in real life. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And he swings and misses at the initial offering.
This is why if I go places, like Sometimes I'll go to
And a swing and a miss
Starbucks
there.
or I'll go to
We can
breakfast,
see him muscle up
and
a
I
little
don't,
bit. He's trying to
and I'll
hit the
pay
ball
for
a
someone else's
mile.
meal
Gotta make sure that he stays
just to do
within
it.
himself so that those mechanics
For no
can
other
allow
reason.
him
No
to hit the ball
judging of
away.
who the person is. Didn't have a
Kicks
conversation with
Indians.
them. I'll just say,
In the air,
hey,
center field.
I would like to pay for that person's.
Meyer racing
Right.
over to make the catch.
I don't want them
This
to
one
know
pretty well decided at
that
this
it's
point.
me,
Through 8
because then they feel like
the
they
Red
owe me
Sox
something,
on top
right?
here,
Where if it's an
9-1.
anonymous person, they're like, oh yeah, someone paid for your bill. You're like, what? And that is a completely different mindset then.
10-1,
Because
the final score
even at like
for
a
Chris
coffee
Singleton
place,
and
when
our
you
entire
you,
crew,
you
I'm John
buy
Sciambi
someone's
saying
coffee,
so long.
if they know you buy them a coffee, then they feel like, oh, well, they want something from me. I have to talk to them or something. No, I don't want any of that. I just want to be nice and pay for something for someone. I don't want to be congratulated or thanked or anything like that, right? All I want is, hey, pay this towards somebody else and have a nice day. Because it puts that person that gets it, it's like, oh man, that's so nice, and it might make their day better, right? And then they don't feel like they owe something to somebody, because the next time they see me, they'll be like, oh, you got my breakfast last time, or you got my coffee last time. Let me get you something, right? I don't want that. I don't even want that interaction.
Just about set to go. And today's starter, Eliezer Hernandez.
I do it because I want to, not because I want to be
Scattered 2 runs, was attacking hitters, getting
thanked.
ahead in the count. Great performance.
Oh, this one high and deep.
Get up out of
Way
there.
back
Come on.
there.
Damn it,
Pulls
dude.
it in on the warning track.
Times now I've hit it to dead center
Man,
like that.
I love that route. The ball was smoked. He knew he had to get back to the track.
Here's the left fielder, Jack Burton.
Jack Burton.
That one drilled left
You
field.
gonna catch that one?
And it hits the fence.
Oh, come on now.
Oh, the throw is
Got an
over his
RBI.
head. Across is the runner from first. And they trail by 1.
Nice double right there. Loud contact coming off the bat. Didn't get enough air under to drive it out of here, but he'll take that swing and that result every time.
And now it's Mark Vientos. And he's already singled in this game. 2 outs. Now a screamer into the outfield. Tapia pulls that one down.
Being
and that
thanked
is
for
that.
stuff is overrated. It's always a whole ass moment.
They get a run on 2
Yeah, I
hits,
mean,
no errors, and a man left.
I don't-
3 innings complete.
I don't look
the Red Sox
to
have
do
the
something, right?
advantage, 2-1.
Like if I was somewhere where a kid was about to like run into the street and I
2
saved
outs,
him
runner at first.
and put him
And here's the first
off to the
baseman,
side of the road
Nico
again,
Cavadas.
I don't need the parents to be like, oh, thank you,
Tapia, the
like
runner at
buy
first
me
with 2
something.
gone.
Like I did it because it's the right thing to do. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Left field. And that ends the
I
inning.
don't need to have a news report on me. This man saved this boy from a car. You know what I mean? Like nothing. Just tell him everybody gets
1 out,
one.
runner at second. Now the left fielder, Jack Burton. Outfield deep here, trying to prevent anything over their
Big dog,
heads.
right time.
On the ground, out to short. Gets it to first. He's out.
Good 2-seam action right there, running away from the batter, rolled over it, got the ground out.
Personally, I'd rather give gifts
1 down.
than receive.
Jack Burton, the next to hit for the 4th time tonight. A wind in the pitch. Hard hit, left field, base hit.
You got that, boy.
Makes the turn and heads for second. The relay, not going to get him. He's in
Another
there.
double. Was that
A little
fourth?
more
That's
backspin
the
on
fourth.
that instead of the top spin.
Oh, eighth. Oh,
He's
babe, we've been
jogging
hitting a lot of doubles
bases
lately.
rather than pulling up at second.
We've been hitting a lot of doubles lately.
Vientos will hit next. Bounced out to short. Meyer to first. Out. Number 2.
Oh, Boog, we talk about how the ball is coming out of the pitcher's hand.
Come on, get me over.
The way it comes out of his hand as an infielder. Wow, really impressive.
A swing and a soft liner. Makes the grab,
acting
and
nice to
that'll
other
end the
people in
inning.
the world,
Starting
helping
to
each
run
other
out of
get
outs
better
as
in their
they're unable to
lives,
chip
but
away.
without them
Eighth
being
inning
able to
coming up.
thank
The
you
Red Sox
to me
lead it
and the things of
6-2.
what I do. I'm grateful for helping others. It needs it. Yeah, I think
Now, Alex
I don't think you need to like just doing acts of kindness for people
Granberg leads
without
off
being
first with
thanked.
one away.
Like you shouldn't do something for someone and then underneath
Swing
your
and
breath
the
be
ball
like,
lifted
"Oh,
left
they didn't even
field.
say thank you."
Should have this one.
Do you know what I mean?
Makes
As
the
simple as
catch. And
even
there's
though
two
it's
outs.
should be taught, right? Like obviously, if you see the person do something for you, like if I hold a door open for you, and you look at me in the
Trevor
eyes
Story
and
comes
say,
up to the
"Hey,
plate.
thanks," type of thing, that's okay, right? But if you do something for someone and they don't need to
Righty
know
reliever.
you did the act of kindness,
That one lifted to left.
you don't need to
Settles
to
underneath
thank.
it.
And if you're
And there's two
doing
down.
something for someone so you can get thanked or get praised for
Just
it,
pulled off of it a little bit
that
right
I don't
there.
believe
That
you should
front
do. Like,
shoulder coming open
if my
instead of
son,
staying
like, he used to do this.
If he
He
does
used to do this.
that,
He would
he's
he
gonna
would
be able to
do
go up
something
the
that he
middle
was
the other way
supposed to
with
do.
some authority.
Room,
Here's the
and then
left
go,
fielder,
"Dad, I cleaned my room."
Jack Burton.
Right? And,
Outfield playing
in the
very
beginning,
deep,
he was
not
looking
wanting
for
anything
like,
over their
"Hey, I did
heads.
something good. I cleaned my room." And I'm like,
Hard order
"No,
coming
you're
through
supposed to
now,
clean
and
your
with
room,
one home run already in this inning,
right?
they're
You
definitely
shouldn't
looking to do some
clean
more
your room
damage.
because you're looking to be praised that you
That's hard
cleaned your
hit on the
room.
line.
You should clean your room because you
He's
want to
got
clean
it.
your room."
There's two away.
And now
Man, that's one of those
just cleans his
at-bats
room.
where you have to remind
Right?
yourself it's
I
a
appreciate him cleaning
process.
his room,
He
and
did
I want him to
everything
know that I
right
appreciate
there.
it.
Nothing
But
show
to do
for
it, to look
but in your mind,
for
this was a tightly played game, got a
that
little of
that
everything, some
reinforcement of
timely hitting, runs on
I'm
the
cleaning
board,
my room
key
so my
pitching
dad
and
could say,
defense in
"Hey,
certain
good job,
spots.
you
Definitely
cleaning your
a
room."
fun one to watch.
6-3 our final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.
8 hits, no
Like,
errors,
I cleaned my room.
11 men on base.
But what's your hand out there for?
Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. Now the left fielder, Jack Burton.
363,
Outfield deep
over
here,
1,000 on base
trying to
percentage, 6
anything
home
over
runs,
their
19
heads.
RBIs. We're doing pretty good. Doing pretty good.
And first offering is fouled off.
Looked like you got a little excited on that fastball. Got to think to yourself, I want to stay up the middle. That way, if you're a little bit early, you hit it out of the ballpark. If you're a little late, opposite
Oh
field
my
knock.
goodness.
Comes up empty
Swinging
on the
at
swing,
there.
0-2 now.
Good pitch right there. Tied him up on the hands. If I'm out there on the bump, I'm going right back in there.
Lannisters, yeah. Yeah.
0-2 now. That one drifts inside. Fights it off. You'll
Ooh.
see another.
I stayed alive. That was a ball. I shouldn't even have been swinging at that.
That one is absolutely belted.
Yeah, but
that's back there.
Ah, God, it's like an instant
And it's
replay,
caught
dude.
Just in front of the wall.
That's 4 times now hitting it
Played an
dead
inning,
center like
no
that.
score.
And I can't, it doesn't bounce off the wall. It doesn't go over the wall. It just goes to the exact same spot at the warning track, and the guy just catches it. Brutal.
Foley back to work. Swing and a high fly ball to left. Burton makes the grab. One pitch and one out.
He was all over.
And the batter now, Jack Burton. Scoreless
Jack
hitter,
Burton.
but now he's got to deal with a guy who's got some power. Got to be careful when you're talking about a hitter with this type of slug and these type of home run
That
totals.
freaking changeup, man, down low. This section right here, I struggle with right here, right in this corner here,
The pitch. Good eye right
and he knows
there.
it. He knows it. Pitching me right here. Look at it.
Next pitch
Oh,
is popped up.
God, dude.
Hamilton under it,
Son of a bitch.
and he makes the catch. One down.
No, that was a pitch you got to crush.
Yeah, you do, Water.
That he missed it right
You
there,
don't.
and I'm
You
telling
you can set it up that way. You can do directional type of stuff.
Jack Burton
Obviously,
digs in now.
where I'm hitting the ball. Like, if I move it here and he throws it up high and I get underneath it, I'm going to pop it up like I did just last time.
He's one of the few Major League Baseball players.
Right? If he hits it up high and I go underneath, but I hit it to the left, you know, I can hook it, I can get underneath it, I can pop it up.
Exactly what a pitcher wants.
See? I hit it early and on top of it. So I knocked it down to third base.
And a 1-1. Line drive, base hit, right center field.
You can see the placement down below me.
Turns and heads for second. He's there. It's a 2-out double.
Like you saw that they're not going to show it now, but
Bumps his hitting streak into double digits, Chris.
we got a 10-game hitting streak already.
Yeah, and on a nice trajectory, average going up, OBP, everything he's doing at the plate right now.
Like if I do instant replay, I don't think they show you the previous play. No, they don't. But here, let me see if I can. So you can see where I hit the ball. Like yeah, like you see where it's making contact with the bat. Like I reached for it and get it underneath it just a little bit, and if you saw the tracker that was out there down below where my video is, you can see where I was making contact. Like I move it at the last second to drive it. It's actually pretty good.
So runner at second, 2 down. Here's the third baseman, Mark Vientos. Next one misses.
I cleaned my room. I was younger. Then my dad, let's go get ice cream. I say, no, Dad, it's all good. He knows that I'm looking for respect or saying thanks. You just have my choice to do that. Right. And I also, my son used to think when he did something well, like we would positively reinforce it.
First
right?
and second with 2 outs.
It's like a dog. Like when you're teaching a dog or a cat to do something, you do positive reinforcement in the beginning, but then you don't always give the treat when he does it, right? Same thing with your children. You want to do positive reinforcement in the beginning, but then also not always give it to them when they're doing that thing, so they know that, oh, every time I do this, I don't get this. Right? But it's known that they do respect me. They do appreciate when I do stuff like that.
Now it's the right fielder, Miguel Blaze.
And Boog, I'd say he's
like maybe a couple times he got you ice cream in the beginning, and then he's like, "I'll get you ice cream," and you're like, "Nah, I don't need ice cream. I'm doing it because I need to do it."
Popped in the air, left field, brings it in. Here comes the runner from third. Now a relay to the plate, slide, save, and it's 1-0. So 2 away with nobody on.
Yeah, watch the thing underneath me.
Jack Burton,
Once we get, if I get a hit, you'll see it. I popped it up. You see the marker down below? I got underneath it. That's why it popped up. If I went just a little higher, it would have been a line drive.
Well, this one was all about the pitching and defense. Outstanding job of the pitchers, really attacking hitters, trusting what the catcher was putting down, and trusting the guy standing behind him to make the plays defensively.
He once paid you $10 to learn how to tie your shoe. Did you? I mean, you learned, right? You learned how to tie your shoe. Do you expect $10 every time you tied your shoes after that?
So almost ready to get underway, and towing the slab in this one, Joey Lucchesi.
Well, he got into the 8th inning his last time out, really pitching deep into games as of late. We'll see today how many innings he's got in him. I'll tell you this, that's going to go.
Like, if you give me 20, Dad, maybe I'll tie it this time.
Deal 1. On the ground, could be 2. To second, there's 1. On to first, double play, and that's the inning. An inning in the books tonight. Here's a speed threat, number 92.
Like, here's $10. Like, I don't know if I could learn.
It's interesting. He plays kind of a power
give me a 20.
Defensively.
That's like, 20 is pretty steep. Nah, I'm okay. I'll get you
Velcro.
Velcro.
When you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does. Mauricio sizes this one up. Oh, he dropped it.
A teacher once bribed me as much pizza as I wanted if I get in trouble for a month. After the point, I went from the worst kid to skipping a grade, having the best marks. There you go.
Stepping in, Jack.
Never actually got that pizza though.
Like you can, come on.
And first offering is fouled off.
If you're going to be a championship type of ball club, you've got to hit with runners in scoring position. And after last night's struggles, I'm sure these guys are chomping at the bit to have this kind of opportunity here early in this game.
Oh, yeah. See, I went way too high.
One out and a runner at second. This one in the dirt. That's it out.
That's why I like baseball, Water. It's all about like the data. The more data you have, the more you like learn and like you can fix things, and that's what I like.
And here it comes. He swings and fouls one off. Burton, only 18 years old. He joined the team as a free agent. Fastball almost got him there.
What about if you got the pizza, but the pizza wasn't good?
Swing and a high fly ball down the right field line.
Maybe it's better you didn't get the pizza.
Makes the grab, and there's one away. Now it's going to be Jack Burton for the fourth time tonight. Up the middle, dives, but it kicks off his glove. Quickly to second for one.
Is that considered a hit?
Went up to great teamwork. It wasn't pretty by any means, but
Is that considered a hit?
Out like that, and then knowing he had time to go to second, keep a runner out of scoring position. Very heads-up play right there. Now we couldn't hear it with all the noise in this ballpark, but I'm sure.
Runner on the go. Bounce to the right. Steps on first for the out. Tomas Nido at the plate.
Tomas.
Man on second, 2 down. Out to short. Koss picks it up.
That's
tosses
3
to
out.
first, and that is the inning. 1 hit, 1 left. 9th inning coming up. The Mets out front here.
Unless the servers go to crap, yeah. Hopefully,
This is why they turn
hopefully the
him
servers are
the
good when it comes
games.
out.
He's so
No,
reliable.
that wasn't considered because it was a fielder's
Just
choice.
for the 35th time this season.
Well, there goes that
Nice job
10-game
getting
hitting
it
streak.
done out of the pen.
And your final 3-1.
There goes that 10-game hitting streak.
Here's the left fielder, Jack Burton. Put that 600 slugging into context. The league average usually in the low 400s. First offering misses the mark. Way inside, gets out of the way.
Way inside.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Come on now, big dog. Get some pitch.
That's out
There
to
it is,
center
dead
field.
center.
Rafael
Nope.
has this one sized up.
Hitting
2
dead
down.
center like that, my timing is perfect. But
Nice warm day here. Good
terrible.
baseball weather. Does that
You don't want
change
perfect
anything,
timing like
Chris,
that.
especially for the hitter? And welcome back. Bottom 4, and now Jack Burton. Mata back to work. That smash towards
there it is
center.
again.
And puts
I'm
the
hitting
squeeze on that,
this guy
and there's one
perfect
down.
timing every single time.
Man in scoring position with 2 away. Next to hit, Jack Burton. Outfield deep here, trying to prevent anything over their heads. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1. Runner at second, 2 down.
I'll agree with that, General. Absolutely.
Rolled over to third. Can't field it cleanly. And he beats it.
Now, is that an error or is that a hit?
Great try there.
He was all over that one.
That's a base hit. First decision. There it goes.
Dream about. Once in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ball game.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
And leaves us on base. 2 men on, and
One out,
nobody
base is
scores.
empty. Now the third baseman, Alex Benellis. 1 for 2. Swing and a ball lifted in the air, shallow left field, and it falls. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
No, they didn't get much of that one, but it's going to look like
I think a lot of kids that are like troubled don't have a good home, or if they have a good home, maybe the parents are not the best as far as like giving them the attention they need or deserve, I should say. Because, like, why would you do it? You know what I mean?
Line drive. No trouble here. Puts it away
Damn it,
for
dude.
the out.
I got to do a Special Olympics basketball in my school, and then we were in the 4th place in basketball. My family watched my basketball in 2019. We got to go to Toronto, ball hockey, and won the gold medal. Oh, nice, dude.
Sometimes it takes just
Oh,
getting
you're
away
good,
from
General.
home.
I like talking
Guys
like this.
can sort of come together, connect a little bit more than they do when they're at home with their families, and that can
I don't really
lead
think
to
it's
success on the field, as we saw.
What's it called? I don't want you to think that because I'm playing baseball, you know, it is what it is. I'm playing baseball because I like baseball, but I also like talking and stuff. So hopefully you don't come for the game I'm playing. You come for the person that's playing the game.
A coach draws a player's attention to a recent
I
trend.
remember the last
in
time you
his
drew a
numbers.
walk. I don't understand this. I don't understand this. If my on base percentage is the highest on the team, right? And I'm getting hits, my average is high, right? He's like, yeah, I don't remember the last time you drew a walk. It's like, I'm on base all the time. Go talk to somebody else, man. Let's look at the statistics here, huh? Let's look at, let's see. I have 31 hits. I've only been with the team for like 2 weeks. Right? I have 31 hits in 92 at-bats. I have a third of what this guy has. Okay? My home runs, I have 6. My RBIs, I have 19. I think I have the highest batting average. I do. I have the highest batting average on the team. And the guy's like, well, you're not taking enough walks. I'm on base all the time. Wait. What was my on-base percentage? On-base percentage. Look at the team. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Then look at mine. Where am I at? 337. That's on-base percentage. Oh, I'm sorry. On base, that's it. Right? 967. I just dropped below 1,000. No one's even close to me. It's because I have a 0 category. It's like, I have 0. This guy's walked 42 times and struck out 86 times. I've walked 0 times and struck out 7 times. Get away from me. Let's. I don't really like that one. It does give me more, though. I'd rather do this one. Ladder training. It's just easy. Here we go. Dance, dance. wish there was like music to this. Maybe there is. I just shut it off. I get copyright strike. Oh, I stumbled at the end. Got gold. No, we're at 37 speed.
Hitting the ball to
By the end of the
opposite
season, we might
field
be
is
at like
something that
42.
coaches will stress at every level of the game, from T-ball on up. Joe Mauer in his big league career.
You think so? I gotta get some walks. All right,
So
we'll
just
try to
about
get a
set
walk
now.
to
Starting
this
on the
game.
mound in this one, Randy
Try to get a walk.
Vasquez.
Well, he got into the eighth
can't do
innings
it.
last time
I
out,
can't do it.
really pitching deep into games as of late. We'll see today how many innings he's got in him.
Strike.
Jack Burton stands
What?
in now and watches strike one. And he's down 0-2
Oh,
as he
for
swings
God's
through it.
sakes.
He finds himself in a tough situation early. Just going to try to simplify it. Take a knock the other way if you can.
That's a laser base hit.
Coach is like, look at this asshole. Guy's getting hits, getting on
I'm sure
base.
he feels really good
I
about
told
that
him to
one.
take a
Fastball
walk.
Pretty much middle, and that's what you fall asleep dreaming about as a hitter. So no surprise he put a great swing on it.
And now it's Mark Vientos. The 1-2. Popped up right side. Defoe under this one. He's got it. And that is out number 3.
This doesn't build
No
speed,
runs,
builds
one hit,
agility.
no errors, and
Well,
a
you're
man
still
left.
working out your
So it's
muscles.
on
You
to
get your
the
muscles as big as Ricky Henderson's
Here's
like
the
were.
left
You're
fielder,
gonna
Jack
you're gonna run faster.
Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads.
Here we go, one time, like a big dog.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Are you sure that wasn't a strike?
Now 1-1.
1-1.
Come on now.
Next offering misses, and it's 2-1. Kendall stands at second with no outs. The next pitch misses, and that's ball 3.
Here's an opportunity to do some damage and perhaps unlock this offense. 3-1 count.
Do I
Be ready to
swing?
turn on a fastball.
He throws a
And the right-hander
fastball. I gotta hit it.
deals. And that one clips the corner.
Ew.
Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. Dominguez makes the grab. Runner tags up for third.
Not fooled at all right there. He was clearly all over it, but sometimes you hit it too.
And now the first baseman, Chad Bell.
All the way
That was
these two
I
teams
wanted
have
my
battled
son.
in
I
this
told him I was like,
game.
oh, there's a flag
You
football
know
league
you
starting
need
up over
to
here. I was like, would
gotta
you like to
continue
play?
to
He's
add
like, what's
runs
flag football? I'm
if
like,
you're
it's
gonna get
football
out of
with no
here with a win.
tackling. Perfect for him.
1-2 here.
He's really fast. He
In
likes
the air,
running.
left down the line.
I was thinking,
Bounces over the wall and foul ground, and it's an automatic double. As a run scores.
Well, everyone is thinking, Ed, would the runner
but he
score
doesn't want to do it.
first if the
Did it
ball
go
stayed in
foul?
the
It did
park?
go
We'll
foul over
never
the foul.
know, but
Or-
they do get
Now the left fielder, Jack Burton. Outfield deep here, trying to prevent anything over their heads. Swings through that one.
I don't know why I swung at that.
Vasquez, 24 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. Bounce to the left side, and it goes just foul.
Where do you even begin with the talent we've seen from the
You
Dominican
can get hit by a pitch, yeah.
Lottie, Big Papi, Pedro, the list goes on and on.
Kicks and fires. And downstairs. Next pitch inside. It's 2-2.
2-2.
Righty to the plate.
Oh.
Swing and a miss.
God damn.
And he's down on strikes. 2 gone now. Now here is Anthony Volpe.
Our team's struggling though. We're losing like to 2, 6-1.
2-2 now. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. Puts the squeeze on that one, and that's the third out.
And my son does
Here's
swim
the
right
left
now.
Fielder, Jack Burton. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. And he swings and
Ooh,
misses
that
at the
changeup.
initial offering.
That's 2 changeups that he's done to me like that.
Hey, have a rip, like you can.
In the air right field. He makes the grab, and the inning is over. This one. And our final here today, 8-4. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
I think we'll do what we'll do after this
Almost
week.
ready to get
We'll
underway.
play.
Getting the nod
We'll
in
make this like
number
1 day a
76.
week,
What's the scouting
like in the
report on
evening.
him?
Very dominant
So like
his
we
last
progress
time out, picked
through,
up the win, only allowed 1 run.
like
These
Mondays
guys would
maybe.
love to see him back on his game in this one.
That one ripped.
Oh,
He's got it, and that'll end the inning. We go to the bottom of the first. Now it's the DH, Anthony Volpe.
he's gonna hit it over. No, he's
Righty
over here.
delivers.
No, over. Move over. I knew he was gonna
In
hit
the
that
air
way. He wouldn't
left
let me go
field,
over.
Burton on the move to the gap. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's one down.
Not shortstop.
Yeah, if you hit one hit a game, Water, you're an automatic Hall of Famer. Like, if you're going 1 for 4 or 1 for 5, right? Technically, if you play, you don't even have to hit 1 a game. Let's say there's a series, 3 games. And in 2 games, you go 0. 0 for 4, 0 for 5. But that last game, you go 3 for 4. You get 3 hits out of the entire thing. You're a Hall of Famer.
So 1 out, nobody on. Jack Burton getting ready to hit. Scoreless here, but now
baseball's
he's
about
a guy
failing.
who's got some power. Got to be careful when you're talking about a hitter with this type of slug. These
You know what?
type of
Here,
home
we're
run
going to
totals.
draw a walk. So he wants us to walk, so we're not going to swing. Not going to swing at all. Well, I guess we have to fight it off.
First
You have to
pitch
fight it
doesn't
off.
find the zone.
Hey, get a good one. Get a good rip on it, huh?
And he pumps it a strike.
One time, right now.
What I love about baseball,
Next offering is in
The-
for a strike.
there's 2 sports in one, right? It's a chess match between the pitcher and the batter.
And the 1-2 misses to even the count.
And then once you hit it, it's a completely different game, you know?
Hey, get a good one.
And a pitch. Swing and a ball hammered left field.
Well, there goes
This
the
one's
walk.
got a chance. Turning, looking, and that one is gone. A shot to left. His 7th home run of the season. And they grab the lead. It's 1-0.
There's actually 2. Let me rephrase that. There's 3 games going on. It's the managers fighting against each other, like mentally, right? They're calling the plays and what they should call and whatnot constantly, right? So it's the manager versus manager. They're calling the shots, and then it's the pitcher catcher going against the batter, and the batter's trying to figure out what he's going to get. And then once it goes out into the field to complete it, I don't know. I like baseball, but people think a lot of it's boring. There's so much to it. You know, like right now, I want to go opposite.
In there for
I
strike
want to hit
one.
it to right field, so the guy on first base can get to third.
Only 18 years old, and he was a 3rd-round pick in 2023.
Hey, take a rip like you can.
And a pitch. Hard ground ball, base knock.
See, he can't get there. I mean, I advanced the runner, but the best case scenario is you want to hit it to right field in the gap so he can
Really nice
round.
job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
And now it's Mark Vientos.
I get on base, the coach is getting upset.
On the ground, right side. Bell steps on the bag, out number 3. A couple of hits in the inning, but they can't. Now it's the switch hitting outfielder, Jason Dominguez. 1 for 2. The 0-2. In the air, left side. Burton settles under this one. Makes the catch. 1 down.
Why did he say it like that? It was just a pop-up. Makes the catch. Like I jumped over the wall or
Now
something.
at the plate,
All I did was get underneath
for
it.
the 4th time tonight.
It's boring because if you don't know what it is, right? Like when you watch football, it's like watching why do they go to the 3-4? Why do they go to zone? Why do they go man to man? You know what I mean? Like if you know, if you play, then you know, and if you watch the game, you start picking it up. There's a lot to baseball. When to throw a fastball, when to throw a changeup, where to throw it.
He's been such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys
There's a lot more stats because you would do the research on the person. If the person at bat, is crappy against fastballs or curveballs, his stats on the inside, he's terrible on the inside. You know, there's other spots that you could put in here to see what the hot zones are, the cold zones are.
And he deals right through there for a strike.
Never seen this before. The split here.
Hey, drop him in, babe. Meet right here. Here we go now. Come on now. 1 time.
Here comes a pitch. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. So no runs here in a base.
In high school, I used to play baseball. I would always hit a home run and then run pretty fast. One day, I twisted the top of my foot until that day it would brush up or bruised up, and I keep myself.
Thanks for joining us.
Do they not play football there? Well, actually, in Puerto Rico, isn't football soccer? Or are you talking about football?
First for the victorious Rail Riders, 3 runs on 7 hits, no errors. They left 12 men on base.
Two outs, base is empty. Jack Burton will hit next. Put that 600 slugging into context. The league average usually in the low 400s.
Do you say soccer for soccer?
In the air to left center. Dunham under it.
First pitch, but it was there.
Makes the play, and it's out number 3. So 2 down, and now it's the switch hitting second baseman, Wilmer Defoe. To kick the 3-2. In the air, out towards left center. That is the inning.
Son's learning about Puerto Rico right now in school. Every day he comes home, he tells me, starts telling me stuff.
Hit it well, but flied out to the deepest part of the outfield his first time. Now a screamer into the outfield. Dunham makes the catch.
I just said, don't hit the first pitch. What do? Hit the first pitch.
Here's the left fielder, Jack Burton. Outfield.
His record, I think, is like 500, something like that.
Over their heads.
Hey, stick your plan up there, kid. Get your pitch and drive it.
First pitch, just misses.
Yeah, he had to make the.
That's what you want. It's a good miss.
Like, we're having a whole event tomorrow. They're having each grade has a different region, and they're making like masks and flags, and they're making the food, authentic food for those regions.
The pitch. Line drive, that's a base hit. Lead runner holds up, They're at first and second with nobody out.
Well, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. At 110 miles per hour on the exit velo, that thing was screaming, and that's some serious bat speed to generate contact like that, and no doubt a higher launch angle sends that thing out of here easily. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
Were you? I was super short, General. I'm 6 foot now.
On the ground to second,
But when I was in school, I was tiny.
How about that double play? Now the left fielder, Jack Burton.
I had a kid like that that played baseball with us. His name was Eli Goodman. Dude was like he was an adult.
And first offering is
Adult playing Little League baseball.
And a pitch. That one hammered left field. That's back. And it's gone.
There you
Home
go.
run. That'll fire up the dugout, and they
Not me.
slice into the lead.
I was
It's
when I got to
2-1.
high school. I was 4 foot. I was a little tight. I weighed like it was like 88 pounds, and I was tiny until my junior year, going to my senior year, and then from my junior year to my senior year, I grew a foot and a half over the summer. When I came back, people were like, "Who is that? Is that a new kid?" I went from like 88, 4 foot 8, 88 pounds to 6 feet tall,
The pitch.
148 pounds.
He swings and drives one out to deep left field. Bangs off the wall. He's in at second with a one-out double.
Was that back problems?
Aruz
No.
With a relay throw, and he's out.
A lot of real estate to cover on that play defensively. A long throw to the cutoff man, and then a lot of ground to make.
Jack Burton digs in now. He's already homered in this game.
One of the reasons. Oh, they're intentionally walking me. Hey, look, I got the walk. There you go.
Intentional walk here with two
See,
out.
you
They set up a
hit
fourth
so
and
well that
base
they don't want to
end the
pitch to
inning.
you.
How big a deal is that walk?
I don't think it's a big deal because if you pitch to the previous hitter with the power,
That's
he
another reason to
has,
just get
you
an
home run.
Xbox,
I
Jesse.
think it was a calculated walk. We'll see how
Get
it
Game
pays
Pass.
off here.
And that one hit to first. The flip to the pitcher covering. That's the third out. So they strand a pitch. And your final score, 5-2. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi.
It's not on PC, though. It's not on PC. This game's not on PC. Can you play this game on PC if it's not on PC? You can get Game Pass on PC? How does that work? I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
First. And now Jack Burton. 2 hits for him in yesterday's game. First offering misses the mark. Lugo over at first with one away. 2 balls, no strikes to count.
Yeah, it's not available on PC. Oh,
Swings through that one out in front that time.
I hate the
Good
changeup,
toe
man.
changeup right there. I mean, as a hitter, you have it in the back of your mind, but you have to sit fastball, and based on the swing, you got to think that's what he saw out of the hand.
Yeah, I thought it was a fastball. And then all of a sudden it just drops.
In the dirt.
F
You hear
you.
people talk about letting the ball travel so often in terms of a hitting approach.
Jack Burton. Now
Jack
at the plate.
Burton.
He struck out swinging at his first at bat. In the air, left field, down the line, and that is a foul.
Oh, my
Well, that's
God.
where you want to be right there.
I
All
crushed
over
it,
that
but it went
first
foul.
pitch fastball, just a little too much hook on it. Straighten that thing out. You get to jog around the bases.
that one down the line, and it finds its way through for a hit. The tying run is in to score from third. It's 1-1.
Well, that may end up being an at-bat we go back to later on when this game is over. Just one of those seeing eye base hits through the infield. We just kind of rolled over on it a little bit. But
I mean, if it's on Game Pass, I know there'll be people that do buy the game because they don't have Game Pass. But more people are going to play it on Game Pass than they are going to buy that game. Same with Starfield.
Job at damage control right there.
He's in a tough spot. Had to make a great pitch. Did it.
Welcome back. Ready to go. Bottom 4. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Josh Bro. And that one is lifted in the air. Makes the grab, one away.
Almost a loud start to the inning on that first pitch, man. He's going to want that one.
Here's the left fielder, Jack Burton. Outfield
Jack
very
Burton.
deep.
I just like the way he
Not
says the
anything
name.
over their heads. First offering, and it just misses.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit.
Lugo at second with nobody out. Now fly ball
Jesse,
to
if you
right
can
center.
find
Dunham drifts towards it.
2021 or 2022 on sale,
Makes the grab.
it's almost the
Runner
exact
tagging
same
for
game.
third.
The only difference is the updated rosters. But if you don't care about that and you're not playing online with people, I think you could still actually play online with people. You can get those games.
Now the left fielder, Jack Burton, 1 for 3. First offering misses badly for ball 1.
Hey, see it. Hey, drive it. Here we go.
That one laced to center and a base hit.
The coach upset that I didn't get a
Does
walk.
Great job of staying in the big part of the field. Man, there are a lot of hits there.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Ronnie Mauricio. Sauer checks over to first, and he's back.
That's weird. Thought I was going to steal. I was actually going to lead a little bit.
0-2 now. Here comes the pitch. Runner breaks for second. In the air, out towards right center. Hermosillo makes the catch, and that'll do it.
Norfolk
One
Field.
hit, one left. 7th inning stretch time. Back here at the ballpark, bottom of the 8th. Now the number 2 hitter, Michael Hermosillo.
I still think it's cute that everyone thinks, or a lot of people think that game's going to come out and it's going to be
Makes
not
the
buggy.
catch, and there's one gone.
Like, that to me is comical.
The pitcher's hand. You cannot hang a break.
Here's the left fielder, Jack Burton.
Oh, now.
Sauer, a 6'4 righty, 195 pounds, and he was a second-round pick back in 2017. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Hey, be patient.
Kendall stands at second with 2 gone.
Oh, I think it'll be a good game.
Next pitch is
A
inside.
buggy
And
game
that's
doesn't
ball
always
2.
mean a
Curveball kind of
bad
backed up
game,
on him there. I think it
right?
just
I
slid
think
out
it's
of
going to
his
be a
hand
good game,
little bit too soon.
but it's going to have its issues.
Fly ball to right. Dives, and he can't hang on.
Picks himself up an RBI. I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the
Until
other
it's
way
patched
and
out, but
still
general,
put something on.
there's
That
still
pitch
bugs
was
in Skyrim, and it's
inside,
been
he
released
let
like
it
8
get
times.
Really deep, so pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it.
Man at first, Ronnie Mauricio, the next to hit.
Here we go.
1-2 now. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. Next pitch is popped up. Volpe gets under it. He's there. He's got it. And that is that. So they pick up a...
Sometimes road trips can be tough. You're away from your family, but when you can win, silence that opposing crowd, it makes things just a little bit better, makes the road trip just a little bit shorter.
Watching them try to fix Fallout 76 has been a treat. When that game came out, man, whew, That was
And
bad.
now here is Jack Burton.
That was
3
bad.
hits last night, so he was a big factor in getting that win. First pitch doesn't find the zone. No score, just getting started, top of the first. To the left side.
You
but
imagine it's
it
been
is
4
well
years.
foul.
He's been out for 4 years.
The pitch. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit.
He was all over that one. So impressive that he didn't get tied up or jammed on that.
Over on
pitch
PC
inside.
Port of The
Instead,
Last of Us Part
good
1,
quick
people
hands
giving
allowed
negative
him to get the
reviews
barrel to it,
on it
just
because
shoot
the
it up the middle
people
of the field for that
don't
knock.
waiting
And now
for
it's Mark
the building
Vientos.
shaders before they play the game. Wait a minute. What's going on with that? So there's
Here's a 1-1.
Oh, I'm
Here
late.
goes the runner. On the ground to short. Tosses across
So
to first.
the
and
shaders
that
are
is
bad?
that. No runs, 1 hit, no errors.
I heard it was
and a
buggy
man
as hell,
left.
but why is it buggy as hell?
And welcome back. We head to the bottom of the second. And here's the first baseman, Chad Bell. And that one popped to short. Burton racing over to make the catch.
Batting fifth, the shortstop, Greg.
Now the left fielder, Jack Burton.
You're not allowed to judge me for
Such a
that.
good hitter with
76
runners
is
in scoring
the
position.
first game
Some
where
guys
bugs
just
is
take it to
part
another
of the
level.
lifestyle of the
For
game.
him right now at the plate, it's like
I had the
everyone
power
else is in
armor,
slow
and
motion, and he's
when I
in
got
full
into
speed.
it, I couldn't get out of it.
First off,
General.
is
I
fouled
couldn't get
off.
out of the armor. Okay, and then when my armor got damaged because I couldn't get out of the armor, and it got damaged, you know, the pieces just like fall off or whatever. I was invisible on the inside.
Sandios.
So it actually what happened was when it looked like a guy was like walking on hopping on one leg. I couldn't interact with the actual like
Gets the
to
job
get out of the
done as he
armor
brings
and
home
like
a
build
pair.
stuff or do
Everything was
anything.
on
So the
time
game
and
was
flowed
literally
that
broke for
swing.
me.
Got a pitch you could get the barrel on and lined it into
I had to
center for
wait.
the
I think it was
knock.
like
Those
3 weeks
always
for a
feel
patch.
good.
Runner at first with 2 away. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Mark Vientos. To the right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. But 2. Welcome back. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. Here's the left fielder,
Hit a
Jack
double or better. Power swing hit.
Burton.
Double or
Only
better.
18 years old. He joined the team as a free agent. And here it comes. On a line out towards center. Snags it on the run. And a
Come on,
quick
Predator.
out number 1.
Clearly
Square is
making
getting
a
me
hit right
mad,
there.
telling me
First
how
pitch
Yoshi
getting
P
hits
has
the
been
ball, and he
praising
just-
the
There's the
PlayStation 5, but
shortstop
Final
at
Fantasy
the
16
plate.
on performance is going to run at
He's
1440p,
0 for 1.
60 frames, and the graphics
Bell
mode is
off
4K,
of first
30
with 2
frames.
away. Sweeney measures 6 feet 4 inches.
I
200
mean-
pounds, and he's driven in 8 runs over his last 10 games.
It is what it is, I guess, right?
Swing and a ball lifted left field. Burton puts the squeeze on that one, and that will end the inning.
Hey, let it fly.
Man at second here with 2 away.
Like
Now
if you
the
want to
left
play
fielder,
Final
Jack
Fantasy
Burton.
16, I
For the
look,
fourth
I got
time
another
tonight.
walk. Look at that, Water. I've gotten 2 walks.
He gets the
One in the
intentional
last 2
walk
games.
here, and now will force it any base
I'm gonna
with
make
2
it to the
gone.
majors
How
anytime
big a
now.
deal is that walk?
I don't think it's a big deal because if you pitch to the previous hitter with the power he has, he can hit a home run. I think it was a calculated walk. We'll see how it pays off here.
Hammered. Could be extra bases.
Oh, we're going all the way
Lugo
home.
Headed for the plate.
We're going all the way home.
1 run across.
Going all the way home.
Around third.
We're going all the
And
way
that's a
home.
double. They add on.
There
as
we
the
go.
run scores all the way from first. It's 6-2.
Good 2-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start.
Yeah,
for Snow,
Avengers
so that was
game,
nicely done to
we-
beat the odds. Nice
I don't know
job of
why we
driving
couldn't
that
get past
pitch
a
the
certain
other
point.
way on a line.
It was like
Hitters,
bugged or
it takes
glitched,
so
and I
many
couldn't
reps
fight
in
the
the
last
cages
boss,
where
and we had to
they're
wait
going to the
14
opposite field,
days
and it doesn't always
to
feel as
finish
though
that game.
Now
Here's the
batting
catcher to hit. Ben
That's a broke
Rortvedt.
mechanic. You know what I mean? Stuff like that shouldn't happen in games, man. You have glitches and bugs. That's cool,
Popped in the air.
right? But
Left
glitches and
field.
game
Burton
Game-breaking
makes the
bugs,
catch.
that's what I'm
That's out
pissed
number
about.
2.
Now batting, third baseman,
Back here at the
Leading
ballpark,
off
digging
over the
in,
man.
Jack
the
Burton.
left fielder. Jack
Travis, welcome back. Atlas Fallen got delayed to August, and I think it's a good thing. When was it supposed to come out?
Put a good swing on it. Here we go.
The wind of the pitch. Lined into left center, base hit.
It was supposed to come out in May. Okay, so here's the thing. I want to say, we looked at that footage and I said it looked eh. Okay, you were super excited, and this is not picking on you, right? But now they've just said they're going to delay it to August, right? So now that's 3-4 extra months, right? May, June, July, August, whenever it comes out. If that game came out in May, do you think it would be done? Right? And now I understand you're saying that, well, it's good that it came out in August, but you were excited for that game to come out in May, and now it's coming out in August, and now you're like, oh, it's probably better. Do you think that game's now going to come out fixed and ready to go? Whatever the problems are, the reason they delayed is because there's some major issues, and they were only a month and a half away from launch, and now they decided, well, we need an additional 5 months of production for the release date. You see what I'm saying?
Mark Vientos getting ready to hit. To first, and they've got him picked off.
Shit.
Burton trying to wiggle out of a rundown now. And now he's dead at first as he can't get back.
Man, you're feeling so good. You just got the knock. You're on base.
It's the fact that it says the game will only run and be possible on the PlayStation 5. That gets me mad because it's a lie. I have no problem playing on the PlayStation 5, but Square needs to stop lying and kissing Sony's ass. Well, how is it worded, Predator? Right? Was it a trailer for the game on PlayStation? Because both companies do that where they're like best on whatever, best on PlayStation 5, to promote it that way.
And there's 2 away.
That was a pretty close one until that huge 7th inning really turned things around. The bats just caught on fire, and it seemed like nobody could make it out. They put a lot of runs up, and that propelled them to the win.
First for the victorious visiting team, 8 runs on 11 hits. 1 error. They left 8 runners on base.
Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining
If we wait for a
us.
game to be done,
AAA
we'll never
baseball
play
on
anything.
MLB The Show.
But think about that
It's
thought
the
process like that,
Syracuse
Travis.
Mets taking on the Scranton
I'm going to use a
Wilkes-Barre
food analogy.
Whalers. First pitch coming your way next.
If I didn't wait for my steak to cook, just give me the steak. I don't care. Just give it to me. I don't care if my food's done. I'm just hungry, right? That's so stupid in that mind
Just about
place.
to get underway, getting
The game is done when it's done.
Luis Heel.
Yeah, last time out,
Right?
went
The game
8
is
solid
done when
innings,
it's
came
done.
away
If it
with a
takes
no decision,
12 additional
and,
months
his
to finish
teammates
it,
are
then
looking
finish
to
it.
try
But
to get him
don't
that win today.
tell
All
us
he's
you're
gonna
going to
do is
release it in
perform
May,
the way
and then it
last
comes
time
out in
should
August,
be a
and
go.
then it's still broke, buggy, glitchy. Now, again, I'm not saying Atlas is going to be that way,
Here's the left
but there's
fielder,
plenty of
Jack
games that
Burton.
were supposed to come out on one day,
Stars in the win
then they
yesterday
push it back,
as he had
and when
3
it comes out,
hits.
it's still broke and buggy.
And first offering is fouled
Come on,
off.
George. No, we're in AAA. We made AAA last night.
And a good eye there.
We're about 20 games, something like that we've played inside AAA now.
To third. That's out number 3.
Exactly, Adente.
End of a half
They should
inning
be.
of play. So it's on to
They
the
should
bottom of
release
inning
when they're
number
done,
1.
and if they're
No
never
score.
done, then don't release it. But
So two away
it's
with
the way
nobody
the
on.
industry
Here's
works
the second
because
baseman,
people
Wilmer
buy it.
Difo.
You don't need to buy a game day 1. You don't need to buy a game week 1.
And
You don't need to
pitch.
buy a game month 1.
High high fly ball down the left field line. And it's off the wall, but foul.
Ooh.
0-2 now. Swing and a high fly ball to left. Burton moving under this one. And puts the squeeze on that one. And that is that. Scoreless after one. Next is the
Yeah, but you played it on
designated
PC.
hitter, Anthony Volpe. Struck out
I think
looking
Travis
at the
played it
bottom
on
of the
console.
first. The pitch. In the air, left side. That's back. Out of here. Grand slam. He made him
They
pay
just took
for
the
that
lead
one,
6-5.
and just like bases empty with
Oh
two
no,
on.
never mind.
Jack
They're
Burton
the home team.
is in
5
now.
of 2.
Burton, only 18 years old. He's been on a terrific run at the plate, hitting over 350 in his last 10. And there's a rocket into the outfield.
Love how he let that ball travel,
Now batting,
trusted his hands.
third
Nice
baseman.
job of going the other way.
Vientos.
In the article, Yoshi P, the director for the game, said that the game is only possible on the PlayStation
outs,
5's
runner at
SSD
first.
because of the combat
And
and the
now it's Mark
graphics.
Vientos.
I think it was
1 for
in a
1 with
VGC
single
article.
And a run scored so far.
But is he saying? Okay, first, let me get this straight. Is
Line drive,
Final Fantasy
brings
on
it in for the
PC
third out.
and
So no
PlayStation
runs here
5?
to base hit, no errors, and one left. We move on to
Or
the
we talk
bottom
about-
of inning number 3. The Rail Riders on top here, 5-2. Now here is Jack Burton, 1 for 2.
Burton.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about
Is it
something
Lies of
being hit
P?
to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read.
Are we talking about Final
and to
Fantasy? We talking about
determine
Lies of
whether or
P?
not he
I'm
can score on
confused.
that base
PlayStation
hit.
only.
Lugo over at second, 1 down.
Only PlayStation 5 for 6 months. Okay.
0-2 as
So
he
is he
waves at that
is he
one.
saying
A lot of
is he
times you'll
saying
see
it in
a
the
pitcher
way?
maybe double
And again, I
up
didn't
on a
read the
pitch.
article, so I don't know the
This guy will
context.
throw it 3 times, 4 times in a row.
But is he
because
saying
hitters
it's
just
only
can't lay off of
possible
it.
on the PlayStation 5's SSD? Meaning, like this game is possible, right? It's going to be on PC, but it's only possible on the PlayStation 5 because of the PlayStation 5 technology and the SSD, right? You see what I'm saying? It's like it wouldn't be possible to be on any other console, but it's possible on the PlayStation
And
5
0-2.
because of the SSD.
And that misses off the outside edge.
Come on now. One time, right here.
And now the count filled up 3-2. Runner at second here, 1 gone. Out to short. He dives, but he can't make the catch. He doesn't have a play, and he reaches
That should
safely.
be a hit.
Another multi-hit game
That
for
should be a
him.
base
He's
hit.
been really hot lately. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. The ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
On the ground, a second, might be 2. There's 1. Throw off line, he's safe. And a nice job there to keep it from getting away. We head to the bottom of the 5th, and here is
Still can't
Tyler
score there.
Hartman. Swing and a ball lifted
Oh,
in the
for
air.
God's
left field, pretty
sakes.
well struck. That's back there, and that one's gone.
Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spit on some other.
Now batting,
Next to hit,
left
Jack
fielder.
Burton. Outfield deep here, trying to prevent anything over their heads. And first offering is fouled off.
Yeah, I'm
It
not.
really
I'm not in
feels
charge
like
of
we might
pitching
be
though,
running
George.
out of time before a rain delay is called. This rain is not letting up.
Yeah, and if we do get a delay, the unfortunate thing is the clock's going to...
Well, gonna pause on that thought, as that'll do it for the inning. Starting to run out of outs as they're unable to chip away.
I don't care if you're a top team or you're a middle of the pack
Yeah, so my team-
Every ball club wants to be
We're gonna go back to the.
dominant
We're gonna
and
go back to
ultimate.
the dugout or the clubhouse. Couldn't think of the name. Yeah, we're doing pretty
The more I
good.
see of this guy, the more I'm convinced he has what it takes to be an impact player at the major league level.
Of course I
lot
do.
of folks are on board with that. He is really
The
impressive.
standings
people
were
around the game.
61 and
Mike
53,
Lowell's
so
with
actually
me
we're
today.
above.
Mike, what are
Got
the
the
things
fourth
you
best
look
record
for
in the
in a
in
prospect
this
that tell you he's
division,
going to be a star at the major league level?
or the
Well,
league, I
think
should
the
say.
first thing I look for is where's the wow factor? What does he do to really open my eyes? And then the second thing is, does he
We
show me
have-
once? Is he just a guy in batting practice?
Yeah, we
that
could
can hit the ball
finish
over the
tonight.
lights?
We'll finish
Or
the
is he a
season.
guy
We'll see
that,
if we make
you
it to
know,
the
when
majors
when
before the end of the season.
The clock hits, game time. Can he do the same? My second thing is, I would say it's got to be, does he show me that every day in, day out? Does he have
Let's
the
see,
ability
league
to do it
leaders.
consistently?
I don't know if we have
I don't
enough
want a guy
at
that can do it
bats
3 days a week. I need a guy
to
that
be
can
on
do
this
it 5 or
list.
6 days a week.
Right now.
So that consistency.
We are.
I think the minor leagues have a lot of guys that have big league
Are we
ability.
in?
Can you have big league sustainability? I think is a big factor. And
No.
this guy's really
We don't have enough at
impressing me,
bats, I don't think.
showing me that he can do it day in, day out, and he's opening a lot of eyes for a good reason. You're out.
No. Yeah, we don't have enough at bats. That's the problem. We might have doubles. No. We have 8, 10. We're not on the list. We might be up there in a little bit. Let's look at our team roster. Look at all the left fielders here. So, I'm still batting the best of the guys. I have an A. Everyone else has got 2 D's and a C's. Same at bats, basically, with most of them. How many games have I played? I want to look at. How many have I played since joining them? We joined them on the 10th or something like that, the 11th. We've played 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, about 30 games. 32 games. What's going on, Krebsy? 30 MLB, the show, 21 or 22 have the road to the show career. Yeah, they both have the road to the show, 21 and 22. I'm pretty sure they both do. But even Predator, even him saying what you just said there, right, with the PlayStation 5 during a PAX 2023 event out loud and said that we love you, PlayStation. Again, the technology, like, one's a PC, one's a console. Is he talking about that the game wouldn't be possible on console if it wasn't for a solid-state drive that PlayStation has in their system, right? Because PlayStation has in their system, that is the reason it's possible to come to PlayStation. Like, I didn't hear it. I would have to, but obviously they paid money to get exclusive. So for him to say that, you know, it is what it is. Krebsy says he is talking it out of context as a paraphrase, but he said that the game only being on one platform allows them to focus on quality more. Then other articles said that he will be taking his time for PC release to hit the same quality. There holds what is being meant on PlayStation 5. Yeah, okay. So what Krebsy just said, that's the way I take it from when him saying that it's only possible on the PlayStation because of the technology that's on there. I mean, you can call BS, right? But the only reason it's possible is because of the architecture that's on the actual console. But at the same time, it's possible because PlayStation paid them money to be exclusive to do it, right? Serious question. What was the last game you played without major issues at launch? For me, last game I played was Hogwarts Legacy. Hogwarts Legacy was the last game I played that didn't have major issues. Apex sounds like those people were being whiny bitches. Don't like it. Don't get the game at the end. Sure, I guess. What's going on, Tony? Only played sports games only for career mode. Yeah, they have a franchise mode. They have a Road to the Show. But yeah, if you get Road to the Show, like, it's the same game. If you don't care, about keeping up with the Joneses with baseball games, Jesse, just get go buy the physical copy of 2001 or 2022. They're just as good games. You're gonna have a grand time with it. Now, I'm not sure how that whole Ultimate Team works with the cards and stuff like that. If you want to play online, I don't know how that's going to work. But if you're just playing the franchise mode or the Road to the Show, you have no issue. Early all marketplace items will be free when Update 2.8 launches tomorrow, including a few new ones as the outfit. I don't even know if I'm going to turn the game on to do it. Stealth. I honestly don't even care anymore. Game Pass is keeping up with the Joneses. Best way to play it. Yeah, I mean, if you're a person that's going to play online and play with other people and keep your lineups up to date, then 100%. I do remember having some type of technology on the SSD that other than system had. What makes Ratchet and Clank a riff apart so cool, right? It is kind of pointless, George. I mean, I might go on just for the, what's the word I'm looking for? No, not the present. What's it? This is what COVID did to my brain. I can't think of certain words. Not premise. I forget. But just because all the stuff was on there, and we said in the very beginning, all those things should be like free and part of the game. Now they are, but 2.5 years later or 3 years later. I never gotten people bitching about exclusives. If you don't have the accessory console or other options, sure. I don't think people have problems with exclusives like God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, and Spider-Man type of stuff. They have problems with exclusives of third-party games getting paid to be on one platform and not the other. That's what they have problems for. It has nothing to do with, well, if you want God of War, you want Halo, then yeah, go buy that console. It's a first-party title game. People have a problem with third-party title games being paid for 6 months, 1 year, or content being taken out of one game and putting into another. It has nothing to do with exclusives as far as first-party titles. Yeah, but no, your example again is Uncharted and then Tomb Raider. Uncharted is a first-party title. Tomb Raider is a third-party title, unless they got exclusive, which Microsoft did, right? When the game gets delisted in 5 years, I can say I had mostly all the skins. Right. Right. Exactly. With how much Square bitches about how making money and then games not doing as well, they thought they would also, well, why are you selling on one console? They took the money because their games are not selling well. So they take the money up front knowing it's guaranteed money instead of putting it out there going, well, how many are we going to sell? I guarantee Activision Blizzard's goes through Sony will buy some companies. What do you mean? I guarantee if Activision Blizzard goes through, Sony will buy some companies. Oh yeah, of course. But even if the Activision Blizzard deal doesn't go through, Sony would buy companies. So you're not actually making a fruition there. Like that's exactly what would happen. That's exactly what's going to happen. That's like saying bread will go on sale if you leave it out, or stale if you leave it out. Yeah, that's not predicting anything. Well, it's only 6 months. You gotta imagine when that game comes out for the first 2 months. That's the biggest sales of a game, right? Well, they have 6 months. Okay, so even if it comes out like if the game comes out later or 6 months later or on Game Pass or whatever, they already have the chunk of people, and there's no word that it's coming out for anything else except for. So if you want to play it now, you got to play it on PlayStation 5. They probably paid in the tens of millions. I would say like 10 million, probably 15 mil. Who knows? Diablo 4 Xbox Series X bundle officially announced, launches on June 6th. $559. Pre-order starts today. Include Diablo 4 game as well as an additional in-game items. Well, that sounds like a personal problem, right? Like a personal vendetta against the company. Exactly, George. And they also don't tell you that in the marketing. They just tell you best on PlayStation 5, best on Xbox X, right? Like they tell you that, but they don't tell you when they get the exclusive that you're like, oh, right? Like when they show trailers and you happen to watch a trailer and it's like, let's say it's Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out and PlayStation shows the trailer only on PlayStation 5 or best on PlayStation 5 or whatever it is. They say certain words to trick the person going, oh, well, I don't have a console. Grand Theft Auto's on PlayStation, or vice versa on Xbox. They do the exact same thing. What I find more funny is that people that bitch about exclusives, right? They boast up, and this is mostly PlayStation fans. Mostly PlayStation fans. But it happens on both sides, regardless of who it is, right? PlayStation will be like, oh, look at all these first-party titles we got. Exclusives in your face. And then when Microsoft says, we have this, Sony's like, it's not fair. Why do they get that? This is bullshit. And it's like, hold up. Why are you bitching now? You're okay when it doesn't come to your door. But when it comes to your door, all of a sudden, now you have a problem with it. Dude straight up hates Xbox. And they have to be on there because he likes money. Well, it'll be very funny in the time frame. Let's just say the market swings where physical copies are completely gone. And now there's let's just say there's 200 million people that play on Xbox, and there's only 100 million people that play on PlayStation. Do you think that he's not gonna? You think he's gonna go exclusive with one company, even though there's potential 3 billion people that could buy his game on the other console? You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how strong his hatred is towards a company until he has to rely on that company. Well, it used to be mostly PlayStation fans. Now it's becoming more Xbox fans. For what? Exclusive stuff, George? Yeah, but that's another thing, Travis. You also were particularly saying that that's going to suck, right? That's because you don't get it. So now because you don't get it, it's going to suck, right? It's not bullshit that Xbox Starfield that there's right in the game is it matters. Yeah, I already read that. My only issue with the exclusivity has always been losing franchises. I never cared if an IP comes out on either. Yeah, no, the first party titles is fine. It's the third party titles that people have a problem with. I can see that, George. I mean, I personally don't care. Like, for instance, Spider-Man 2 is coming out on PlayStation 5. I don't have it, right? So I can't play Spider-Man. I'm not mad at it. I don't have a PlayStation 5, so I can't play it. I think it's a good choice that it's only on PlayStation 5, right? So that's an exclusive that's only on even in their own world. Like, if you want a PlayStation 4, which I do, I can't play the PlayStation Spider-Man 2 because it's only exclusively on PlayStation 5. So those sales numbers are going to diminish and diminish and diminish because there's less and less people, right? Spider-Man sold 30 million copies because of the 4 and 5. No way they're going to sell 30 million copies when there's only 30 million units out there right now. I think there's like 32, 35 million. There's no way that 100% of the people that have a PlayStation 5 are gonna buy Spider-Man 2 when it comes out, because majority of the people still have a PlayStation 4. Hundred explorable planets. Mind you, there's only 5 types of planets. No, yeah, it's 1,000 planets you can explore. I'm saying, though, Travis, and I'm not saying you, but people in general, if it came out for PlayStation, they wouldn't say it would suck. But because it's only coming out for the one console, not the other, because it's not for your console, people will be like, well, it's going to suck anyway, so we don't want it, right? That's the high road they take. They're like, oh, well, exclusives are awesome. Fuck you. And then all of a sudden they're like, well, we don't get that. That game's going to suck, so fuck you. And it's like, okay. Well, right, when you have sunk cost fallacy, George, once you're a part of a, right, like if I stop Xbox, okay, now the next consoles come out, and now I'm buying a PlayStation 6. I still have my Xbox, and I can still pay to play the other games, but I lose my whole catalog. Because let's say they don't move forward. You know what I mean? I can't take the games that I had for Xbox and move them over to my PlayStation. So when you have this sunk cost fallacy inside of the game, then you have an issue. You know what I mean? You're stuck in there. But either being Sony ponies or Mo. Mo intake of Xbox fans. I never liked the idea of Starfield, even since they announced it. The first person Mass Effect. I think Mass Effect, I think to take that fantasy, right? Like, to think about it, Travis, I feel like you're a Star Trek fan. And now you get to be in a ship and control the ship like a Star Citizen, like that fantasy sci-fi type of feel. I mean, I think it'll hit for people. I'm sure it'll be buggy and glitchy as hell, but people are still gonna love it. Yeah, I don't get that. I don't get why you're a Sony pony proud. Boss Man is the same way, or Boss is the same way. I don't bleed plastic. I've grown up and played on every console known to man, and I like games, and that's where my love is. My loyalty has nothing to do with the box I played on. It has everything to do with good quality games coming out for whatever system I want to play it on. I don't get it. I don't get how people like Sony's not sending you birthday cards. They're not showing up to your house and being nice to you. They don't give 2 shits about you. Microsoft not sending you care packages. They don't give 2 shits about you. But I'm concerned about the cost. Cost of what? Of chucking $500 at a system, George? Is that what you're? Right, just a vehicle. No, it's not about justifying. I'm not asking you to justify your love for something. To love it, like the way that you talk about Sony, it's like it's a sports team. I don't understand that. That has nothing to do with you being proud or whatnot. The way you talk about it is like if Sony was your mom, and if I said something bad about your mom, you would get defensive, right? That doesn't make sense to me. Because you spent $500 on a plastic box, you're going to talk shit to people because you love something. That it doesn't make any sense to me. A game is a game. Well, it's funny, George, that you say that because Travis is that one side and Mo is that other, right? I'm not a Ford fan, but I found a good price on a truck. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't care what car. Like, you might have your favorites, but you know what? If I can afford a Ford, I'm going to buy a Ford. If I can afford a Chevy, I'll buy a Chevy. Listen, everyone. I like how General comes in. Listen, everyone. I think we can agree that PCs are better than both. No, screw you, General. Don't come in here. No, I'm gonna talk shit when your game looks bad. If Starfield looks good, I'll be all for it. But why is it my game? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Why is it? Why are you putting me on a team? I'm not on a team. I don't care about Xbox or PlayStation. I'm a Lambo fan, but I can't afford it. You know what I mean? Like I don't understand. Why am I lumped into, well, your game's gonna suck and I can't wait for it. It's like, okay, cool. No, I get that. But just saying, because you're a Sony fan, you're looking for a game to suck because it's not on Sony. You see what I'm saying, Travis? You're saying Starfield's going to suck, not because it's going to be a bad game or anything like that, even though you're saying that. You're saying that you want that game to suck, and you want it to suck because it's on Xbox, and you can't wait for it to suck because it's on Xbox, so you can prove to yourself that Sony has better games than Xbox. That is exactly the way you're saying it and putting it. That's weird. I want all cars to suck because I drive a Honda. I want all other cars to suck and just break down because I drive Honda. I don't like Honda. I drive Honda, but I want all other cars to suck ass on the road. I don't want it to suck. I just know it will. You are literally talking like that because you are a Sony fan. Travis's worst nightmare is Bethesda teaming up with FromSoft to make an online-only game on PlayStation because he would never play it. It would be the best game in the world and he wouldn't touch it. Shut your evil mouth. That's what's going to happen. We're going to have a FromSoft game published by Bethesda that's an online-only game only for PlayStation. Don't worry, George. You could play the shitty Starfield game on the cloud gaming. Don't worry about that. You'll be fine. That's a weird collaboration. Fall Elden Ring. Well, I changed it up. I said that FromSoft would use Bethesda to publish it. I don't know all about that, Travis. All right. Love the chat. I got to go. I got to shove my face with food before I go pick up my son in about 20 minutes. So you guys have a good one. I appreciate you coming out. We'll be back tonight for more MLB. There is no Generation X gaming tonight. Sarge came in and popped in and said he's only on stage 4 of 7 for his computer. So crossing our fingers that we get a podcast next week. And I do apologize for Sarge's shitty computer that blew up. Other than that, no, he came in earlier, George. He's on stage 4 now. Yeah, he's on stage 4. So we'll be back tonight for more MLB. We'll probably finish out the first year season of this and then continue on and see if Jack Burton makes it to MLB. I appreciate the conversation and talk. And as always, even though we're passionate about certain things, we keep it civil, and I do appreciate that very much. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you guys tonight at 8 p.m. Peace.